Damn, I wanted to save, bro. Okay, if it's all one video, I'm sure. It's gonna be a long video.
Tell me what happened.
Where do I even start, though?
Honestly, literally anywhere works for me because there's like 6 pieces of evidence we can't need to go over.
How about you begin by explaining why you went to the boiler room?
Why I went there? It was because of a note.
What?
A
Okay.
note?
You should have said that.
2 days ago, someone slid one into my room.
So they met him. Okay.
I never got to see who. I just heard a knock. And when I walked over, there was an...
I don't remember any
Oh,
of
shit.
this.
Sorry. It was midday-ish, and you weren't there. at the
Midday-ish. Something like
time. And
that.
I didn't show you the note later because, well, I'll just read you what it said.
Diana, as you are aware, it is our obligation to speak with those who would blackmail we have obtained. After receiving yours and reading this information disclosed in it, I believe the meeting between the two of us is warranted. In 2 days, please come to the underground boiler room at 8:45 a.m. Make sure to arrive promptly and close the door behind you. To avoid discourse, do not show anyone this letter. Do not approach me about it either, even in private. There is always the chance that someone can hear. Wolfgang. So someone forged 2 notes.
Wolfie wrote this?
I don't think he wrote it.
Wolfgang had Diana's blackmail? But didn't he have Jean's?
Nope.
Hold on a sec. If you take a closer look,
Why is John the only one who's like even slightly intelligent? It's obviously forged.
doesn't it resemble the handwriting on Wolfgang's note?
Who writes this sloppily?
You're actually right.
Like you're surprised?
Even though Wolfgang's note has been water damaged, the words I can make out were in the same messy scroll as Diana's here.
Then someone else was posing as
This
Wolfgang?
trial is so damn good. Holy shit.
The killer, most likely.
I don't really say that often either. Those trials are obvious to me. I really just hope it's not Diana.
Guess it worked, huh?
I didn't want to show
No,
this
I
to
understand
her.
why she wouldn't want to show it.
Because
Especially
I
since
was
everyone,
scared
including
people
me,
would
I
try
jumped
to
out. I was like,
twist
yeah,
it.
you did this shit. They made it too obvious. Nope. They knew people like me were going to think that. They knew little smarty pants people like me were like, oh, you think you know it all? I guess I didn't.
Like saying I faked the note, or that I decided to kill because of it. I thought it would be better to just stay quiet.
But I still need to know who's like injured. Like that's the thing that doesn't make sense. That's why I think Toshiko maybe because she could have patched up her injuries, or Grimwald because she was the one staying in her room because she had a headache. Okay, sure.
I know you guys think I'm stupid for agreeing to meet in a place like the boiler room. And I am. I am stupid.
I know.
I just didn't want to disappoint.
But then we got the
Wolfgang.
Russian girl over here, obviously
In
vodka,
case
you know.
you really did write the note.
And Toshiko went to the store, so the cereal and the vodka, like it just everything would make sense.
Which was why I left my room around 8:40 a.m. and went downstairs.
I need to ask Toshiko one question. What did she get at the pharmacy other than the medicine? Just answer me that question.
Did you catch any strange movement down there?
No, it was just me. I did find the boiler room door hanging open a little bit, but I didn't think much of it. I just went inside and closed the door behind me, since that's what the note asked me to do.
What did you see inside the boiler room?
The boiler room was really dark, so the first thing I noticed was actually the security camera light.
So the power's
My
working.
eyes had to take a few seconds to adjust to everything else.
Very realistic.
I
finally saw him. It said Wolfgang. So someone had knocked him out already. Bro, he looks miserable.
Wolfgang was lying in the water, making these weird noises. It didn't seem like he'd even notice me entering the room.
He may be
Not
drunk.
until-
Like that's when they say vodka, that's the reason why.
Hearing his name seemed to snap him out of his trance, because he slowly rose to his feet.
What if he was like that? He would go like this.
Wolfgang, are you okay?
They even added the echo. Oh.
It's you.
And before we, we're all thinking the same thing. So I'm gonna just say it. He's a 22-year-old, like, intelligent lawyer man who's nice. And he looks hot as hell in this scene. Everyone's thinking it too, including Diane. As long as Diane's above 18. I know he's 22 though, or 23.
Huh?
I can't
Believe it.
believe it. I really am finally meeting you.
What do you mean?
He's not right in the head. He's like drunk or something. What the fuck?
Please, forgive me. Please forgive me for what I've become.
Wolfgang?
Despite how hard I tried, how much I wanted it to be true. I could never become you. I will always be a failure.
I think he has a sheep like pinned to him.
It's okay, Wolfgang.
She doesn't know what's going on. He wants to be like her, like, I guess, like overly positive and help everyone out. But something's off.
Look! There's stairs over here. Come over here and we can get out. I have no idea if he didn't hear me. Or if he
I
was
feel like he's just ignoring her.
me. But, okay. I'll get closer to you then. I went over to the ledge of the platform. The part where the fence had a gap. Just take my hand, okay? And I'll pull you out. He slowly stumbled over. And he held my hand. I didn't really think I could pull him out. I just wanted to be there for him. It was the best I could do. Because I didn't want to enter the water. Staying on the platform felt so much safer. And I really, really hate that it did. It's okay, Wolfgang. We'll get through this together, all right?
She's pep talking about, like, the only thing I hate about people who overly positive people is when they pep talk, they don't even know like what they're pep talking for yet, right? It's like this, we're gonna do this together, but it's like she doesn't know what he's going through, right? So she's just saying it to make him feel better. That's the type of people I don't like dislike those people, but it's like you can't just say stuff and expect it to work.
I was looking at him when I said that. I was looking right at him. But somehow I didn't think to react.
Oh.
When he reached inside his blazer.
So I was kind of correct. He did something. Bro, he looks so, like... He doesn't even look like Wolf. And then she got stabbed. That's the reason why. And then she ran out. But the thing is, she didn't kill him.
Bring her back.
He's out of his mind. Something's wrong because he's not thinking straight.
I tried to leave the room, but the door was locked.
I'm really sorry if you hear me like clear my throat a lot. I'm almost sick. It's starting to go away, but I'm still sick.
I didn't know what to do. I started looking around for things to defend myself with. And that's when I saw the gun.
The taser gun? Did you use it?
I took the
She wants her
taser
to use it so bad. Look at
and I aimed it
Toshiko.
at
Did you
Wolfgang.
use the taser gun I provided you? Like, no way.
And I
You weren't the one that killed him. I don't think that's what killed him.
I couldn't do it. I couldn't shoot him. I just backed away from him.
Oh, she couldn't shoot him.
I couldn't understand anything. Why was this happening to me? Why was I being attacked? Why can't I do anything to...
I'm not like you. I'll never be like you. I won't give up until the world knows. I won't give up until everyone knows me as...
All of a sudden, everything turned white. Everything in front of me. Except Wolfgang. In those few seconds, he became pitch black. And then, so did everything else. Even though I didn't see Wolfgang fall over, I heard it. His body cracking against the pavement.
That didn't sound like a falling like effect though.
And his knife falling into the water. I waited for the gasp of pain, for him to groan or mumble or say something. But there was nothing. There was just me and the silence. That's how it happened.
I'm actually surprised, even though I guessed the killer wrong, which, you know, I wanted to guess it wrong anyway. I was correct about, like, Wolf was, like, he's the one that brought the knife and actually attacked whoever went in the room. But why, I don't know.
What the fuck?
Not that unbelievable.
That man attacked you?
I find it hard to believe. Okay, go ahead, bro.
Oh my goodness, Diana, I'm at a loss for words.
She come on. She totally did this bullshit. That's why she'd say it like that.
This is getting too much for me, bros.
I think I'm gonna faint. Did you really do it?
Holy shit. So Diana really did watch Wolfgang die.
You just gonna ignore how he attacked her?
Why was he so violent towards her? It's like he became an entirely different person.
I'm still like, there's like vodka like in this, right? Did fucking Grace give him like vodka cereal? Like I don't know. I'm spitting ideas, guys, because I don't know what happened.
The word you're looking for is crazy.
Despite how hard I tried and how much I wanted you to be true, I could never become you. Wolfgang didn't say those words in that particular moment.
How'd you manage to escape the boiler room after all that?
By picking the door's lock.
For reals?
Okay, but now they threw something in the water, which probably caused it. Through the vent is what I assume.
I wasn't even thinking. I just started feeling my way back to the door in the dark. And
How the hell
then,
did you even pick that lock?
Well, my supply bag. I remembered the
I
spare
hope she
hairpins
stays
I
around
always
for a
kept
while too.
inside.
Diana's actually a really
So
good
I felt
character.
around the back and dug one out.
I mean, I've liked her since before this trial.
To be honest,
I like her
I have
design.
no idea how I managed to unlock
Her talent's
the door.
whatever.
The whole thing was repeated trial and error.
But her personality, you know, voice actor's good.
Just
Everything's
minutes of me telling myself that somehow this next attempt will finally work.
good. I'm really surprised no one saw her run out.
Whoa! Actually unlocking the doors.
That's probably why she was crying in the
That's like
washing
hitting a
room.
bullseye blindfolded.
Now we know why it took so long for her to escape.
I realized why it happened. Getting trapped inside, I mean. The door's lock was on the outside. So, someone must have set the lock before I came downstairs. So that when I closed the door, I'd be trapped.
The lock is normally on the inside too. The killer purposely flipped it, then left the door
Bro,
open
look
so
at
he wouldn't be the
Grimwall.
one to close it.
I think it's either her or Toshiko. That's what I think.
As for why the killer locked
Because
the
like I
door
said,
to
I'm at a
begin
loss
with,
of who it actually could possibly be now.
It was to frame Diana, right?
And they did a good job because I believed it.
Right.
Whoever wrote this
Diana trapped
trial,
herself
who was
inside
like the
boiler
lead
room,
like writer
so
or
they could kill
writers.
Wolfgang in front of her,
But normally there's a lead
and force her to
writer.
remain by his body.
Did an amazing job because I believed it. Because normally first trials are obvious, so I didn't really think too much of it. Until the fact that we didn't go over through like half the evidence, I was like, I still think Diana did though. I guess I'm just gullible, stupid.
Had their plan worked, Diana would only be able to escape if someone from outside entered the boiler room.
I'm sure some people just didn't even know who the hell it even was. So they're like, I feel like that trap of like thinking it was Diana was specifically for people like me who actually are looking into like, we're actually like about the story and the trials and like thinking who could have done it. I know some people probably didn't give a fuck and were just interested, but I'm glad, you know, they do that for people like me
By which point,
who were thinking about the
that
trial
someone would be stumbling across what looks like a cut and dry murder case.
and not just recording the game just for sake of recording it. Like, oh, I got it. Like, no, I'm actually invested. Hopefully that proved it.
If the tournament folk found Diana, they would have been playing right into the killer's hands.
Speaking of which, Diana, I'm curious to know. Did you unlock the door before or after the tournament attendance?
Unless she did still do it. Like, I don't know. I'm really just like, I'm impressed because I don't know, maybe she still did. Maybe it's like a fake out. I don't know what the hell this game could do.
It sort of happened at the same time. Like, when I opened the door, there were already people walking down the stairs. Obviously, I couldn't stay inside the boiler room. If anyone saw me close to Wolfgang's body, it would look really bad. The hallway was a bit easier to make out in the dark. So I walked over to a wall bordering one of the storage closets and hid behind it. And stayed as quiet as possible. I was still bleeding a little from Wolfgang's cut though. And some of that blood ended up dripping onto the floor around me.
Like, what would you even say if this happened to you guys? Like, what, like, would you probably wouldn't be like her, but like, what would you say? Oh yeah, he attacked me. Like, who's gonna believe that, right?
It's the blood on the underground floor! It's all coming together!
This was shortly before us tournament goers split up. And you made a run for it, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah?
Down the hallway, up the stairs, and then as quietly as possible.
So maybe Wolf was trying to protect Grace and just not getting her involved in whatever shenanigans were gonna happen.
Since everything was still really dark, I had to patch myself using the Tozu Trinket's projection as my light. I realize this is a lot, and I know it's hard to believe without proof.
I know. I mean, I don't know if I should say I believe her totally, because, you know, you never know what the game could do. But I believe you. Enough.
So, if you guys could just give me a second.
Diana pulled out a wipe. Okay, just go shut the cut.
I cleared up the blood pretty fast. Luckily for me, the cut wasn't that deep. There's still a chance it may leave a scar, though.
Is she gonna have that the entire game now?
Holy crap!
You're just gonna see that scar in her arm?
It's okay. I'll cover it back up again.
Oh, well, don't do that. It's...
Why did Wolfgang attack you for
Why did it, like, just go to Toshiko? She's like, okay, I see it.
I wouldn't say it was for no
Yeah, it is a reason, but, like, I don't know if we should really be dwelling on that because, you know, there's a killer we still need to figure out.
You're being kind of insensitive, man.
Huh? I didn't mean it like that. What I'm trying to say is, Wolfgang's actions may look random from an outsider's perspective.
I could never be like you. To who? Ava?
Well, judging by his behavior, it seems like he saw something which shook him to his core.
Like, there was something in the room that Diana didn't see?
That's impossible! It was only me and Wolfgang in the boiler room!
I don't believe Jean meant it in a literal sense.
Wolfgang literally saw something?
Don't talk.
He thought
I'm sorry.
Is my point.
You mean he had been hallucinating?
Which would make sense because he was sick, maybe. Well, all this makes sense now why he would be lying. So he did actually tell Grace the truth. My assumption, I don't know, maybe Grace. Like I said, there's like poison in the air, right? I don't know. I feel like that's why I blurted out like maybe Grace gave him like some like vodka cereal. He was just like fucking drunk. But like when you get drunk, you don't hallucinate though.
What did Wolfgang hallucinate for him to turn out the way Diana described?
It's like what the fuck they like give him?
You'd be surprised by the sort of things our minds can invent. I'm lucky to have never experienced anything myself, but I know some who have hallucinated nasty things.
But what caused him to hallucinate now?
Monsters.
They inject him with vodka, like in his veins? Is that why there's that mark there? Someone put it like a needle, like.
If Wolfgang went through something similar,
Might be Toshiko. She went to the pharmacy.
Why he lashed out.
Now what the heck is going on at sea?
Don't kill Toshiko off like this.
Of course, these hallucinations don't just happen out of the blue. More often than not.
Substance induced?
This is looking more like Grimoire and Toshiko. It's looking like these two.
Just say Wolfgang took a hallucinogenic.
One which induced a lot of fatigue, too, judging by the way.
Okay, so I'm gonna say this now. I don't think vodka could cause this, but they're probably gonna say that. But I would know because I got drunk off vodka plenty of times. So I have personal experience in this case. If they bring this up.
One place, which happened to be in the water.
Seems very deliberate. Aye.
So they mixed the water with it.
I reckon the killer knocked Wolfgang unconscious in order to drag him into the water, but knew he would eventually wake up again. So they drugged him with something which would basically make him despondent. As for where the drug came from,
I don't know.
Oh no! Don't tell me the killer raw.
I knew exploring it was a bad idea.
The pharmacy.
It? What's this it we're talking about?
I should just vote you right now for saying that.
It's the pharmacy, obviously.
And who's the one person that went to the pharmacy?
Why the heck did we think leaving that place open was a good idea?
Toshiko.
Now someone's
Grimwald.
an item and
Say it ain't so. She's a 14-year-old fucking girl. What the hell is she doing?
I knew our promise was too good to be true. I can't trust any of you guys.
Bro, settle down.
And don't say Wolfgang drugged himself. Who wants to be tortured by demons?
Well, maybe he does.
Well, stranger people do exist.
That's rich coming from you.
It's just as I predicted, exploring the pharmacy ended up paving the way for a murder. Oh, Damien's right again. Should I have made more of an attempt to stop people from exploring? Back then, all I did was Damien realizing he can develop as a character. Then again, nobody would have listened to me. Especially not with Wolfgang in control.
If we know where the perpetrator got their chemicals, I guess our next step is figuring out how they did the drugging.
Agreed. It would help us better understand the timeline of events, and potentially even validate Diana's testimony.
Sounds like you guys can leave.
The game's not gonna get me like this again though, because I'm gonna realize when it's halftime now. Because Tozu's tea time will come up.
I'm the kind of person who knows someone back to front the moment I meet them.
Okay.
If you haven't already realized,
No offense to the voice actor, by the way, but I don't like Jet, the character.
You're the last person I trust to reach.
Jet's stupid as shit. Pinning down how Wolfgang was drugged may validate Diana's testimony. The question is, how did the killer drug him? There's multiple ways it could happen, so let's see what bullet I get. Oh, whoa, odd smell.
I bet the killer took a pill. Forced Wolfgang to swallow it.
It might be that one. I have 1 HP left.
Just jab him at that point.
How would
Might be metal.
make him swallow a pill? There was no proof they restrained him.
Didn't the killer knock Wolfie out? Maybe that was their way of restraining him.
You can't force an unconscious person to swallow a pill.
What if it was a drug? You don't need to eat.
Say it.
Like an inhalable substance?
Yeah,
That's
like
true.
a powder or something.
Well, it's true. I need a blue one.
Does have a large collection of over-the-counter sedatives, but there's too many for us to isolate any.
And you knew that? How did the killer drug Wolfgang? Oh, it wasn't a powder. I guess that was the one.
Killer took a pill.
It wasn't a pill. Just give me that HP. I don't care. I know it's game over. I just want to reset my HP. Because I only have 1. I don't like having 1. It makes me uneasy.
Jab
His neck. His neck. His neck.
When Wolfgang's wounds were discussed earlier, it was mentioned he had a tiny red dot below the
But the thing is,
eyes.
who would have... It had to be Toad. I just realized it has to be Toshiko because she was the one about needles, right? Oh, I'm afraid of needles. You're not afraid of needles.
During the investigation,
Unless that's her alibi.
A scab from a mole or pimple. Knowing Wolfgang was drugged.
Oh my god, is that really it?
A puncture wound.
Considering the timeline of events, an injection would check out.
She went to the pharmacy and got that shit.
If Wolfgang got drugged a little
No,
after
no,
8:15
no, no!
and was
I was like
already feeling the
1%,
effects when Diana
0.5%
arrived
on
at
her.
8:45
Now I'm like 95% sure it's you.
Then we're dealing with something which entered his bloodstream in under 30 minutes. Any normal pill would have taken
An hour to dissolve.
Probably
an hour to dissolve. Toshiko.
Whilst an injection
Tohiko.
would be much quicker.
What, they're gonna kill a 14-year-old like this?
That's probably another reason why the killer knocked Wolfgang unconscious.
But how the hell did she even get that? What if they collaborated? Oh my god, that'd be dirty. There's no way she could have knocked him out though. She's too short.
Only when they had him right where they wanted. Dazed and unable to fight back.
Oh.
Did they plunge the syringe into his
Well, I don't like that's what's weird because it's like how did she even reach that eye?
Said syringe being filled with a hallucinogenic.
But if this all happened a few minutes after 8:15 a.m., doesn't that make it impossible to pin a suspect?
What? Why is it impossible?
Because
No whopper.
everybody's got an alibi for that time. I mean, Damon and I were in my dorm room, and the other party people...
8:15 a.m. Yeah, I was already in the dining hall with Jet, Mark, and Eva.
I left Wolfgang's dorm right after the morning announcement and spent the rest of the hour with Jean.
Winona and I were in our dorm room together.
And me and Eloise were already sitting down in the courtyard.
And now the last two?
Toshiko was giving me the medication she grabbed from the pharmacy.
And
Are we just gonna pass by what she just said? The pharmacy? Come on, bro. Are we just gonna like skip by that?
Oh no. If everyone can be accounted for, we really can't discern a suspect.
No. That's not true.
So, we're back to square one?
Someone here must be lying.
And doesn't plan to stop.
I know who it is. What's screwing us over? Well, there's two people in particular, but I don't know which of these two are screwing me over. We're overlooking something. We ruled out that having no relation to the murder because the wires didn't touch the water. But the position of it, the fact that it's destroyed the timing of the blackout. One coincidence is easy to wave off, but when it's coincidence after coincidence after coincidence. And there's something more going on. There's something more to the generator.
If everyone has an alibi for 8:15 a.m., is it possible the killer never actually attacked Wolfie at that time? But his little note said to come by at 8:15 a.m., didn't it?
Call her out.
Ingrid, do you remember what you said when we couldn't figure out who stole Desmond's taser?
To be honest, I'm drawing blank.
You suggested we switch subjects and discuss Wolfgang's injuries.
Yeah, don't start switching around now.
As a result, we ended up unraveling more about the case than if we had stuck to the original topic. Right now, we're at a dead end. If we can't get any more leads out of this current discussion, then that's a sign to switch our focus.
Switch our focus to what?
I want to take another look at Diana's testimony. Back when you were describing Wolfgang's death, something stuck out to me.
I won't give up until everyone knows me as... All of a sudden, everything turned white. I know, give me the voice actor role, please. Just give me my money, my paycheck. Everything in front of me, except Wolfgang. In those few seconds, he became pitch black. Just give me my money for my voice acting, guys. How long is this trial? Holy shit. This is longer than V3's. Am I complaining though?
The flash of white Diana described must have been the generator exploding, with the darkness afterwards being the blackout.
It's been like 3 hours at least, probably.
Think about the order of events there. In just a few seconds, the boiler room's generator explodes, and Wolfgang falls over dead.
What if he like suicided?
Doesn't it sound like the two are correlated?
Oi, didn't we go over this already?
Well, shut up, Grace. You have nothing to say. You tried to halt the investigations. Don't even chime in.
We did.
Give me the middle finger. That was an amazing one, I can't lie.
Its wires weren't touching the water.
Okay, Ava, shut up.
Indeed. Which is why the murder weapon is the taser gun.
Look at her!
Diana said she never used the taser, though.
She's lying!
What? That's not true! I never fired the gun!
It's all good. I believe you. Sure, nobody can dispute the gun was fired. What can be disputed, though,
TMD
is
immediately.
when it
He was
got
like,
fired.
nah, I got you, girl. Okay, Desmond.
I wouldn't be surprised if the killer fired that gun way in advance. Like, sometime before Wolfgang arrived downstairs and left it in the boiler room for us to find later.
What? So the taser gun isn't the murder weapon?
Are you retarded? Yes.
If Wolfgang wasn't killed with the taser gun or the generator, what other options are we left with?
The taser gun is the only option which makes sense. The murder weapon can't be anything else.
True murder weapon. Is it possible there's a third source of electricity? Like, there's just no way we ignored the outlet, right?
And anyway, the only proof Diana never shot the taser is her own word.
Huh?
Ava, what do you mean?
All the evidence supporting your version of events is
Let it be Ava. That she. Oh my God, is it Ava? They wouldn't kill Ava off like this.
The note you showed us? That could be a fake alibi.
See, the thing
you
is,
made for yourself.
if it was Ava, it would like kind of make sense because she knows chemicals, right? Like us, we still haven't brought that up.
The fact that it has the same handwriting as Wolfgang's is already suspicious.
Couldn't that just mean the same person tricked them?
If you earnestly believe Diana didn't write it, then maybe. But do you see what I'm saying? There's no proof Diana never wrote the notes. There's only her word to go by. Because if she did write them,
so why is she so hard on her now?
The boiler room at 8:45 a.m. and being locked inside could be a total lie.
And you know a lot about that, huh?
I get what you're saying. But if we run with the idea that Diana was the one waiting for Wolfgang all the way back at 8,
we still haven't decided how he actually died yet, though. You know that, right?
Then we're stuck with the issue we had last time. Why did Diana wait over an hour to kill him?
That's also circumstantial. None of us know what really went on between those two in an hour. Ruling someone out because they took a long time to murder is stupid.
It is, I can't lie.
Without context?
It's stupid.
Sure. But since the boiler room is unlocked, anyone can enter. If Diana knocked Wolfgang out, then she took over an hour to kill him with that info in mind.
Okay, but who would enter? No one wants to make a detour down some gross, freaky-looking basement. The boiler room is probably the most covert place a person can be.
Most covert place. Her words do make sense. After all, I chose me Tozo in the boiler. Don't say nice.
Diana claims she didn't write the notes, and she claims she didn't shoot the gun. But where's the hard proof she didn't do any of these things?
The answer lies in what destroyed the generator.
What?
What? How'd you know?
Didn't we already talk about that?
No.
All you guys did was discuss theories, never anything concrete. Settling for a theory isn't good enough when our lives are on the line.
Damien's like, bro, he's leading this.
In the same way Ava can't rule out Diana's involvement in the case, we can't rule out the generators.
Tozu's laughing because he knows we know. He knows I know.
So we have to figure out what destroyed the generator? What should we do? Just throw out ideas?
Yeah, I'll refute or agree with one of them.
That's what we've been doing this whole time.
Oakley dokley.
She's too happy about it. Maybe she should look like vodka mixed.
Alright everyone, let's put our thinking hats on.
What is vodka? What is the ingredients of vodka? I'm trying to think.
Mystery for sure. Ready? On your marks, get set.
Go. I'm trying to think of like a mixture, like something could have like sparked something. Sharpener.
Why did the generator blow up?
Could have just been an electrical fault.
Well, it wasn't. All right, fine.
Why did the generator blow up?
I had to go for the first one. Okay.
Could have just been an electrical fault.
So a coincidence?
Is this the best situation?
Hold up, let me see.
Stuff off as a coincidence?
Let me see what sharpener in both of these are. Odd smell. Cereal and alcohol. It says Duca, but obviously it's vodka. Sharpener. Chunks of unidentified material. Can I have your attention, please?
Did the killer throw something at the
In the generator. I didn't see the generator. Throw something at the generator, yes. It's like a bomb went off.
That made it explode?
Yes, Kai.
Perhaps it's the fault of the taser gun?
No.
The electrical discharge it released might have connected with the generator. Created enough
Might be that one.
of energy.
Connected with the generator.
Caused everything in the circuit to pop.
Probably. There's no proof anything besides it was involved.
You make it too easy, Ava. Come on. That's too easy, Ava. There's no proof of anything else. Were you not in there with me?
Unfortunately,
I'm starting to think it's you now.
You say nothing, but the taser could have been involved in the murder.
Is she just playing
There's one
stupid?
possibility you didn't consider. The shrapnel in the water.
Do you mean those bits of red metal which were floating around?
Where would red metal come from?
Right. The ones that look like the aftermath of an explosion due to their proximity to the generator. It's safe to assume that
We're almost done with all of our evidence.
Can't that just be debris left by the generator?
Except this debris
I still
is a
think it's
completely
Toshiko. Like
different
that's my
color.
main suspect.
It
But
lacks the rust the generator.
Ava's like a suspicion now, saying some stupid stuff. You're not the stupid one in the game, so I don't know what she's saying.
We're obviously looking at the remnants of something else.
And Grimwall.
Which means an object we haven't yet identified was caught in the explosion.
Floating Europe was another out of place item. Where was it? This is it.
In the water was also an extension cord, half of which had been burnt away.
Huh? Did the cord get caught in the explosion?
There's an outlet there, so they connected to something.
Seems that cord has the misfortune of floating around the wrong place at the wrong time.
What if it was Ava? 'Cause she was near the vent.
From what I saw in my investigation, the building's extension cord supply seems to be kept inside storage closet D.
Dude, that would make so much sense because like Diana was with Ava too. But the thing is, like, Diana was so nice to Ava that's why it's just like it'd be so cruel. It's so cool.
So in a way, yeah, it was definitely in the wrong place.
Storage closet D, huh? It was hard to make out much of it in the dark. And after the power came on, Kai came screaming for us to leave our closets. But I do recall seeing some extension cords peeking out from behind a shelf.
Since we already know the killer raided one storage closet, anyone else willing to bet they raided this one too?
The hell did they need an extension cord for?
Probably something involving the
Did we just not use extension cord for like the entire like 3 hours? Like really?
Same thing with the red bits. Even though we don't know what they are.
Red. Right, the red shrapnel. Definitely isn't debris, so what exactly is it? So far, nothing in the boiler room can be directly to the shrapnel. At least not any clues that have already been discussed in the trial. If I were to flip my thinking and consider the clues we haven't discussed, there's no proof what I have in mind is related to the shrapnel, but when all other options are ruled out, I can only turn towards the one that hasn't. The one thing the mysterious shrapnel might be related to. The smell. If I can find it. This is it. Cereal and vodka?
Hold that thought. We may be able to identify the shrapnel using context clues. During the investigation, there was a strange smell permeating.
I love
the boiler
context
room.
clues.
It took me a moment to notice, but when I did, well, the best way to describe the scent would be if you mix cereal and alcohol together.
What kind of cereal, though? Cereal doesn't really have a smell to it. There's different types.
Cereal and alcohol? Talk about specific.
With Toshiko, she knows she did it.
Tis a sign a chemical reaction
Was that Lily?
Wait, you recognize the smell?
Chemical reactions can produce some pretty pungent odors. Usually something to the tune of alcohol mixed with cereal. I noticed the smell going into the investigation, but it had completely slipped my mind until now.
Don't say that like you're the killer.
Could it be a chemical reaction was caused by the taser?
The gun never touched the water. There's no reason for it to
The
be
killer
source
just,
of
they
the
just put a
smell.
bunch of bullshit everywhere.
What about the generator?
Considering the state of it, that generator would smell more burnt than anything else.
If the chemical reaction can't be explained by what we already know, like the generator or the taser gun, we need to consider the possibility that the explanation is the one piece of evidence still evading us. The shrapnel.
Still don't know who did this.
Can someone translate this into...
I know I said
less
Toshiko, but it's like,
complicated talk?
I don't know where it's leading to.
It was just a long-winded way of saying he's using process of elimination.
I know it sounds like a stretch, but if you follow this line of reasoning, a lot more questions start getting answered. Think about it. If the smell and shrapnel are linked, then whatever object the shrapnel
No one better
belongs
not come up and rebuttal me.
to must contain chemicals.
Sit your ass down, whoever's about to do it.
So we're looking for a metal object, which is also packed with chemicals?
Surely something like that would be kept inside the pharmacy.
Don't say that, you were there!
Looking at my notes, when we originally visited the pharmacy,
What was it?
bright red metal object would have definitely caught my eye. but
What was it?
I don't
Perfume?
see one
I
No,
got
perfume
lots of
doesn't
metallic
stink.
objects in the dorm room, but nothing chemical. Just big old slabs of metal.
Big old slabs metal. Why does it sound so familiar? Hold on, that's right. What she just said is similar to what she said the night before everyone began bunking together. I know who it is. Could it be? Could the shrapnel actually be remnants of the unique device that the guy boasts about having in his room? It is a male. Is to put you on the spot.
It has to be you! Jet, I need to ask you something.
Oh, well, the music's kicking up like it's like not him.
What's up?
Can you tell me what's inside your dorm room?
Like, a full-on list?
Dude.
Whatever works.
Whatever works.
Sure.
Well, I feel like I'm gonna like him by the end. I don't know.
I got a pretty gnarly collection of parts and accessories. Blind spot mirrors, lithium batteries.
Lithium batteries.
Wheels, spare brakes. Oh, I even have the legendary mantle from the 1984's Grand Prix winning speedster.
That's what I was hoping to hear.
Cool. So, why'd you want to know? Unless... Wait.
I don't think he did it, though, but...
No. Don't try to rope me into this, bro. I've got nothing to do with the murder.
I know you don't. You have an alibi.
Yeah.
The only reason I ask is because that mysterious...
I think it is battery, yep.
Maybe the remnants of one of your lithium batteries.
Batteries are really, like really flammable, too.
What?
I see. A lithium battery might explain the smell in the air.
I know his batteries.
And lithium, that's an
Mark?
explosive substance.
Mark didn't do this.
If it made contact with water,
That's when they want to kill him off because he was saying nothing.
with a mess and a half.
Wouldn't someone have heard an explosion though?
You're telling me none of you heard that?
I did.
Really?
Really?
During the tournament. Right before we lost power.
Nobody heard the big ass boom but me?
Boy,
The big ass
that's
Big Bang?
right. That was a burn.
Boy!
Wait! I remember hearing it too.
Oh my god, Kai, don't interject.
I initially assumed the generator made the noise somehow. But if Jet's car batteries contain...
It's still not coming together who's the killer. Like, which of the three I suspect are the killers, but...
Jet, were your batteries bright red at all?
You don't know for
Maybe?
sure?
I never took the batteries out of their packaging. The packaging isn't red, I can tell you that, but the actual batteries? Yeah, I got nothing.
So it can't be proven beyond a reasonable doubt?
Pretty much.
Well, what's the reaction time of a lithium battery?
The reaction time?
Who could have done
When a
this?
lithium battery hits the water, how long does it take to combust?
Well, who the fuck would know
I
that?
think once we know that, we can decide whether or not the battery is relevant to the case.
Ava, I'm about to just suspect you at this point. You're the... I has to be
A
you.
lithium battery would be an almost instantaneous reaction.
If
I'm
it,
pretty
if
sure.
this is this big ass motherfucker too. See, I don't even know.
Lithium isn't a metal I've worked with, but it got beat into my head never to mix it with substances
Batteries are
it
really
doesn't have.
flammable too, so...
All that electricity, the battery would have let out when it hit the water. It must have went straight into poor Wolfie.
There's warning labels on the battery for a reason.
Yes.
Okay. If the reaction is instantaneous, then the battery would have entered the water only seconds before the generator exploded.
Who was near the vent? I feel like they threw it to the vent. Because it's enough to fit through it.
That's really weird.
Is it?
According to Diana's testimony, when the explosion happened, she was still holding the taser gun. In which case, who threw the battery into the water?
Huh?
Huh. Good point. We can rule out Wolfgang, since the Blackens can only be a student who kills another student.
Well, you don't know that because Donnie Rip always used to play that stupid bullshit trick. And what happened like in every game ever, there was some type of death like that.
It was only Diana and Wolfgang in the boiler room.
She's
so
she's.
Diana herself
You remember when I
was the
said
one
they
that threw the
give
battery?
like some characters way too much dialogue in the later stages? Ava, you're on my suspect list. I'm not too sure how she can do it though, but
Then the battery can't play a part in the murder.
I didn't throw the battery. I promise.
the shrapnel and the generator are too close for comfort. They must be correlated. I'll admit, Diana throwing the battery is a possibility. She didn't, but that's all a possibility. There's still another way for the battery. There is I know what it is. If it gives me the option. Please have like an obvious truth bullet. Wow, that's...
If the battery is related to the case, only Diana could have thrown it in the water.
Okay, well...
But my arm had been cut. Lifting a battery would hurt too much.
Hold up, what is a thin piece of metal? I didn't even know this was like a thing. Oh. Well, that's definitely not it.
The battery clearly couldn't have fallen from somewhere, so it must have been submerged another way. Perhaps something akin to what Eva described?
If that battery is the murder weapon, why is there a taser?
Maybe it's a red herring.
Judging by the shrapnel, the battery would have landed in the water, a few inches from the generator.
Not the hardest shot to make.
Everyone is quick to say the battery was thrown, but when I consider the boiler room, objects killed could have leveraged. What that person considers impossible starts us down anything but!
If the battery is
Few inches,
related
I
to the
guess.
case, only Diana could have thrown
A
it
few
in the
inches,
water.
I suppose. Only afraid to... Dude, I don't know. You can actually see the big ass vent right there, but alright. They could have just slipped it through one of the... I'll figure it out. Taser gun in front of the scene. I really hope it's not Jean's or John's because this is all the way at the end. Which one considers it impossible?
My arm had been cut. Lifting a battery would hurt too much.
Neo batteries are pretty
What is
lightweight,
shrapnel
though.
saying? Floating in the water near the generator.
The battery clearly couldn't have fallen from somewhere, so it must have been submerged another way.
That one.
Perhaps
I think it's that one.
something akin to...
I think it's that one. I think it's hers. They hung it, maybe.
Few in the generator.
That's fine.
The evidence tells.
I need to go all the way back. I just want to go all the way back.
Neo batteries are pretty lightweight, though.
The battery clearly couldn't have fallen from somewhere. No, it's not.
It wasn't meant to be one. I think it's that one.
battery is
That's wrong! I figured it out. It was actually one I thought about, I guess, at the beginning, but I guess I thought I fired it. I didn't. It was the generator with Toshiko's thing.
The battery might actually have fallen from the generator.
Oh my god.
What makes you say that?
I don't even think she was in the room, though.
The shrapnel's position in front of the generator suggests there's a correlation between the two. However, it's unlikely Diana threw
I don't
the
think,
battery at
though,
the
everyone knew she didn't throw it.
Not only is the boiler room difficult to see in, the generator is positioned far enough from the concrete platform that Diana...
Guys, it's been like 4 hours. This trial is like really
had to
involved.
stand on the platform's edge to make the shot, which would obviously put her in danger of being attacked by Wolfgang again.
Yeah. Wolfgang was really close. He could reach over to me if he
Why do you
wanted.
say it like that? He was really close.
If the battery hadn't been thrown,
I wish I could just save
the
them.
other possibility is that it fell down into the water. And considering the layout of the boiler room, what else could the battery fall off of? Except the generator.
Are you saying the battery was sitting on top of the generator?
Not on top, but maybe.
I got it.
Suspended. Yeah, all those answers kind of seem right, but
The battery may have been suspended over the generator.
I really just guessed that one. I'll be honest.
Suspended.
It just seemed like the correct answer. The battery was suspended by something, and the presence of the next star item starts to make a lot more sense. The cord, I guess.
This is it.
The killer could have tied the extension cord around the battery and slung the battery over the generator.
I'm not really getting a picture of what it looks
If
like.
the cord and battery were tied together at the time of the generator's explosion, it would explain why half of the cord had been burned away.
Oh, I thought the cord was like cut. Okay, well that makes sense. I didn't think it was
Before
burned
you
away.
explain it, the more unbelievable it
Bro,
sounds.
who the fuck is this smart other than fucking Ava? Like, I can't imagine anyone else doing this other than Ava
What
now.
if that's the point? Maybe the killer chose a crazy method because no one would believe it.
But who?
I don't see how weaving a cord into the mix is any more beneficial than leaving it out. If anything, the cord adds extra weight.
Which would be especially inconvenient for Diana, because her arm is bleeding.
Because she's still defending. Or maybe it isn't Toshiko.
Right. It wouldn't benefit Diana to hold the cord. So, what if she didn't? Something else may have been supporting the cord instead.
Something like... Okay, good. Give me one of these. What was holding the cord? No, I didn't think so. I was like, maybe?
Yeah, it wasn't me.
No. An object.
I got it.
Okay, I was right. I wanted to make sure Wolfie didn't actually do it for a second. I wanted to rule it out completely.
Assume the killer held the battery in some form or another.
I think it was through the vent.
If the battery was on its own, the killer tossed it in. If the battery was wrapped with a cord, the killer held the other end of the cord. But in the same way something else can hold the battery, can't something else also hold the cord?
Ugh, my head's starting to spin.
Oh, maybe it was when we were playing the game someone set it up. It might, I don't know, maybe it was Mark, I don't know.
Are you talking about something which could keep the cord in place?
Maybe it was when Damien went like this, like I don't know, something to keep the cord in place. Imagine the cord and the battery was tied around it in front of the generator, same spot where the shrapnel was surfaced. Well, I would think this. This is what I've been saying since the beginning.
This is it.
Okay, I was right. It's the vents.
The killer tied the cord to the vent.
What vent?
No, Among Us. No, Among Us. Sus. Okay.
Above the generator. It connects the boiler room and the
Tozo's been holding that same. It's been like 4 hours. I don't know if I'm gonna split this video up like twice. I probably am. Into like 2 videos, but he's been holding that same pose for like since the beginning.
There's a vent above the generator?
You should remember some light shining into the boiler room.
Yeah.
The vent itself is.
I don't know why it took like 4 hours for us to discuss the possibility of a vent, but cool, bro. So anyone upstairs?
If the boiler room and the dining hall are separated by one vent, does this make the wallpaper thin, or...?
Make the wallpaper thin?
There's 2 vents. The boiler room vent and the dining hall vent. Both are connected via a small ventilation shaft. I was able to get a close look at the boiler room vent after.
Don't tell me Toshiko climbed her little small ass.
I know these details.
How close is close for someone under 6 foot?
Ava helped me reach the vent, letting me sit on her shoulders.
Quite the visual.
Don't rub it in.
Anyway, if the killer tied one end of the cord to the vent and the other end around the battery, they could suspend the battery over the generator.
Hold up.
Something like that would result in an explosion.
Duh! Stop.
You say the killer tied one end of the cord to the vent and the other end to the battery. However, indoor extension cords are much longer than regular cords. They can be upwards of 9 or more meters in length, as opposed to the average cord's 2 meters. 9 meters is significantly longer than the distance between the vent and the boiler room floor. If the killer wanted to tie the battery to the cord's other end, they would be tying it to something which is already submerged in water.
I see. It is an impossible setup.
Why did she just say that? Come on. The killer can have greatly reduced the length cord by doing that. I mean, they could have just wrapped it, but I guess they could also cut it. Okay, they wrapped it. Fine. I know, guys.
I got it.
Okay, you don't need to go through the whole segment. I know it's wrong.
The extension cord is pretty thin and flimsy. If the killer
here's a visual.
To be secure, they need to wrap a lot of cord around.
It's Damien's hand. That means Damien did it.
Probably to the point there wouldn't be much spare cord remaining. Which is a good thing, because this spare cord is what the battery will be suspended by. So long as the spare cord isn't too long, the battery will sit safely above the water.
So much effort.
Agreed. How do you even submerge the battery into the water under those
This is getting good.
circumstances?
Hold up. How? Simple. By adjusting the cord's position. All the killer would need to do is to utilize a certain aspect of the boiler room. What did the killer use to adjust the cord's position? I don't know, the vent?
This is it.
Okay, I was right. I thought that was obvious. Okay.
I gave the vent a close. Part of my inspection included opening the vent to get a better look at the other
He could
side.
open it very easily too.
The vent can be opened?
Yeah.
Not all the way, but far enough for the vent to cause a domino effect if then closed. In our case, a domino effect involving the extension cord tied to it. If we assume the vent must be open for the battery to remain a safe distance above the water, we end up with a pulley system.
It had to be Ava then. Ava was the... No way she did this. Ava's the only one that was behind everybody. Because I remember the scene.
The vent is literally pulling
But Ava had an alibi.
Backwards.
Something's not adding up because if this occurred, Ava was the one, because we all know it occurred, the blackout occurred, which is when Wolfie's death occurred, at the same time. But everyone was in the room with us, including Ava, but Ava wasn't in the picture, so I don't know.
Ergo, it's not just the killer's own measurements keeping the battery in place.
Something's not adding up. Someone's alibi is going to not add up here a second. Something's off.
Having opened one of these vents before, I can tell you how tough they are to move.
Yeah, that was Wolf. Yeah, that was originally Wolfie.
A lightweight battery definitely isn't heavy enough to pull one shut. It takes an actual person to close one, which is great for the killer, because it means they get to maintain full control over when the battery enters the water. If they close the vent, the cord should slide forward and submerge the battery into the water.
But why didn't we see anything on the vent then?
When that happens, the boiler room water becomes electrified by the battery's components.
Someone here is sweating like crazy that we're figuring it out immediately.
Which in turn causes electricity to pass directly into the body of Wolfgang, who is standing in the water.
Exactly which vent is the cord being tied to?
The boiler room vent.
Earlier, you said there's a small vent shaft connecting the boiler room vent to the dining
It was
hall.
closed last time I checked.
Assuming the killer is operating this trap from outside the boiler room, since we know there were only ever 2 people in that room, how would they even be able to reach the boiler room vent? Like you said.
She has a point. Well, I mean, the cord can go through the fucking vent, but assuming the cord is tied to the boiler, well, I thought we know it was tied from the other one. Ventilation shaft. It becomes considerably hard to reach the boiler room vent if you have reached down the shaft first. Not just that, I never tested to see if the boiler room vent can open inwards. I think it was someone in the room.
This could only mean one thing. The killer never tied the cord to the boiler room vent. They tied the cord to the dining hall.
This is what I originally had thought until, you know, the whole Diana situation. It's like, oh, it's her. And then I was like, oh, it's Grimwald. It's that. Someone in the room had done it.
That just creates the same problem as before.
Because that vent was there.
Reversed.
No, because it means there's only a limited number of people that could have done it now.
Instead of the dining hall vent making it hard to close the
because it happened because Wolfie's death occurred at the blackout, which
to reach the dining hall
the only people in the room, there was like 5 people, and we were all playing, meaning it could only have been Ava then.
While the vents may seem like an obstruction, especially since they can't be opened all the way.
I know I'm like completely wrong probably, but I feel like that's correct because I remember in like the drawn scene when Amber was looking old as shit, Grace was there. I was playing with Kai, so that's 3 people that couldn't have done it as far as I know. I think Jet was behind me too, and Jean, but Ava was nowhere in the picture.
All the killer needs to do is fit the extension cord between the grates of the boiler room vent.
Oh yeah, the grates. You mentioned something about the
Grace is now fucking in like okay, I'll let you speak then.
Right. When you described opening the boiler room vent.
Look at the music bumping up. They know we're so like right there. I think I know who did. I think maybe it was Ava.
If you can fit your fingers between the grates, there's no damn way you can't fit a cord.
Exactly. After which, You could slide the cord through the ventilation shaft for the killer to then go and tie to the...
Actually...
Actually, I love this. Whoever made this game, props.
Hello?
Hello, Wilhelm.
What is it now?
There's something I still don't understand about your theory.
Well, you don't have to interject. You don't have to decline me. You can just do a normal thing.
It's to do with the logistics of the cord.
The logistics?
Its size.
You can just cut it. Back discussing this again? Never mind. I'll find a way to combat his argument just like I've done it countless times already. You just cut the wire, can't you? Okay, Wilhelm. Put him up. Knife, extension cord, blackout, oh, maybe that's one.
I understand the boiler room vent can be opened. Maybe not all the way, but enough to fit an extension cord through. What's bothering me, however, is that the boiler room vent was closed during the investigation, which means it must have been closed during the murder.
It was during the blackout.
I don't see a problem here. The killer doesn't even need to open that vent, because it could simply slide the cord between the grates.
Indoor extension cords may be thin, but the plugs on either side of them aren't.
That
How
one.
can the killer fit both those plugs between the gaps in the vent grate? Either the boiler room vent was never involved, or it was open at some point, and someone else closed it.
And so on
That
and so on.
is my issue.
Oh, duel. There's another one? Oh! Oh my god. There's another section? Oh, never mind. I think it would just maybe lose some HP. Might have made some sense if it weren't for one fatal flaw.
Indoor extension cords may be thin, but the plugs on either side of them aren't.
Shit. I need to think of a better argument.
Indoor extension cords may be thin, but the plugs on either side of them aren't. How can the killer fit both those plugs between the gaps in the vent grate? Either the boiler room vent was never involved.
I don't know which one it
It
is.
was open at some point, and someone else closed it. That is my issue. Indoor extension cords may be thin.
Let's just make sure.
Plugs on either side of them
Okay, let's just make sure. I think it's the
indoor
blackout.
Extension cords may be thin.
Guys. But particularly slim.
But the plugs on either side of them aren't.
That's.
I'll cut through those words.
They were already thin.
If you insert the cord through the boiler room vent first, it's possible to fit the cord through. You just need to start with the internal plug. The cords in Storage Closet D have a slim internal end. This can easily be slid through the gaps in the vent. Once the killer ties the cord around the dining hall vent, presumably with a knot, the cord won't be at risk of sliding back out either.
I see. When put like that, whether or not the
And
boiler
so
room
on,
vent
so
was
on.
closed
Say
isn't
it.
really relevant.
Say it.
How'd you figure all this out from some shrapnel and an extension cord? This is crazy.
Because he's him.
At the same time, what he's describing sounds plausible.
Yeah, so who was there? Well, I know who I'm going to choose. So put it
Since
like
the
that.
battery was suspended over the generator, it's no surprise the machine ended up the way it did. Fortunately for Diana, she was safe by virtue of remaining on the platform. I imagine that was also the killer's intention.
The killer kept her on the platform?
They must have known they were injecting Wolfgang with a hallucinogenic. So, it's possible they hoped his behavior would scare Diana off from entering the water.
They're smart.
Although, even if Diana did die, the moment people realized only she and Wolfgang entered the boiler room, they'd probably call the whole thing a murder gone wrong.
Well, all of this certainly changes things.
Oh, you got a different voice now.
Huh?
If the killer is someone who needed access to the vent and needed to be operating from the dining hall, then everyone who attended the tournament is a suspect.
Which is what I originally had thought, like, before, Diana.
What?
Oh, come on, Ava.
No way!
I think it's Ava. What if Damien did by accident? Like the killer could be even access the event means they've been in the dining hall at the time of the Wolfgang's
So
murder.
we can reduce it down to 8 people. Damon, Kai, Grace, Eva, Cassidy, Jed, Mark, and John.
Okay, I can eliminate Damien, Kai, Grace. Who else? Mark? No, I can't eliminate Mark. It could be Mark or Ava. I don't... Was Jean... Yeah, Jean was way in the back. I think it's just between those two. Did Mark really do it?
It's probably Cassidy. She set the whole thing up.
No.
Hey, I was only trying to
Look at Mark.
improve the mood.
If it's Mark, it's just like, why have him in the game if he's gonna say nothing?
It wasn't me. I was playing a game with Damon when the lights went out.
I had to play music.
Me too.
No.
You never touched my equipment.
I meant I was watching Kai and Damon play.
No, you're lying. It's her.
I was spectating as well.
Me too.
Me 3. And Cass 2, I think. I was too
I
focused on the
no,
game,
I
who was or wasn't there.
I think Ava's lying.
If everyone's telling the truth, then all 8 of y'all were crowded round.
I don't remember
the
seeing
same
Ava
spot.
or Mark. I know Mark was probably playing music, but I don't remember seeing Ava anywhere.
Near the right wall where the TV was set up. It's also the furthest wall from the vent.
Seems like someone is lying again.
Tournament participants who flipped the vent. I could deduce that person is by determining everyone's positions. I know who it was. In Grace, someone stepped on her foot. I can still deduce their general positions. Yes. This is where the footstepping comes in. It was you. The only person that ever heard. It was you. Well, okay, well, there's only 2 people.
It has to be.
Oh my god, stop. No. No, she wouldn't.
The killer is Ava.
She wouldn't.
Huh?
Ava's the only one whose position I can't account for. Mark was mixing a track at the time Kai and I were playing a game. So I know he must have been stationed at his pad.
I told... Dude.
And everyone else?
Hold up. Just
I
give me a
remember
second.
Hearing their
Just...
voices over the sound of the game. Everyone. Except Ava. In fact, the last I saw her, she was standing in the corner of the room with the vent.
That's what I've been saying. I knew it.
So Ava flipped the vent?
I don't know if she... I don't know. I still don't know that.
Oh man! And the reason no one heard it is because
She's the only one that knew about the vent too. So it could be nobody but her. Like, I can't see how it's actually Toshiko anywhere.
Don't blame me. I was just doing what I was told.
Mark, you've had no dialogue, so I didn't think it was him.
No one's blaming you.
They wouldn't
We're
kill
only
him.
on Eva.
Care to contribute anything, Eva?
I didn't flip the vent.
Well, how many twists are we gonna have?
Well, Damon says you did.
Damon, if you did this, bro.
Damon says a lot of things.
Okay, well now, come on. I was on your side, bro. I was your friend. Is that why she told me about the
While
taser?
you aren't technically wrong, I don't think that counts as an argument.
Gaming's been nothing but helpful.
His theory is full of plot holes. He just refuses to point them out.
What plot holes?
The cord.
What?
In retrospect, you were so quick to accuse me that you overlooked a huge problem with the cord.
Listen, if you want to fight, we can fight about it.
If I'm the killer, how did I dispose of it?
Trick question. You left the cord tied to the vent.
We can go back and check then.
What then? It unraveled by itself and fell into the water?
Yeah, you got me there.
How did Ava get rid of the cord? I'm sure it's possible if she knew to untie it at the right time. When she was leaving? Probably during the blackout.
I got it.
Because no one could have seen.
To dispose of the cord, you just untied it during the blackout.
She untied the knot during a blackout?
Being the one who set up the trap, Ava could have.
What's our alibi gonna be, bro?
Or she just made it a really simple knot. Either way, it wouldn't be any more difficult than untying your shoelaces with your eyes closed.
If Ava untied the cord,
Don't kill her, please. No, she was such a good character.
Diana's testimony says as much.
It does?
During your confrontation with Wolfgang, you recounted hearing certain sounds.
I'm not to like you. I'll never be like you. Stop showing him like this. The plop is, yeah. Something's falling in the water, we hear it. What's our execution gonna be, bro? I'm locked in on her now.
Obviously the battery exploded.
I mean, I was going for Toshiko and her because the pharmacy thing, because no one really explained that, but how did you inject him with drugs? Like, I'm so confused by this now.
And the second, when you first recounted the story, you said it was the sound of the knife hitting the water. But why would a thin knife make such a big splash?
Then, do you
There's
think...
the battery.
What really caused that sound?
Or the extension
was
cord.
probably the extension cord falling into the water.
When you say it that way, it does seem likelier.
We should have known.
It may not even be her still. Hold up.
You lied about her talents and tried to lie about the Tozy trinkets. I should have known.
It might be her.
I should have known only Eva fucking Sadaka would tell Wolfgang!
You're right that Eva's lied to us several times already.
Damn. It may not even... How long is the trial?
But she's just a mathlete. How did someone like her come
Well,
up with
that's...
something
Well,
this complicated?
well, she knows like a lot of
Her
things.
talent would give her the upper hand in all that measurement nonsense.
Even so, the sheer volume.
Look at her
of
face.
items
She's like,
Eva
they're
had
still
to
accusing me?
steal. She's been under heavy suspicion these past few days. How did she sneak into Jet and Desmond's room?
Did she
without
really lie to
being
me?
noticed?
No.
It's impossible. Wolfgang even got mad at me for being late to the dining hall by a few minutes. I've been watched the entire time I've been here. There's no way Jet wouldn't have noticed me taking his battery.
Right on. No one steals from me.
Someone did.
They already did.
And anyway,
Yeah.
how could I enter the core?
Mark always shuts him down. Jet's always
I
nice
can't
to him.
even reach the top of the generator. If anything, you should be suspicious of the taller students.
I understand why people are doubtful, but I can't let this conversation continue like this. Eva did in fact avoid a reached event. All she had to use was boxes. Oh.
That's setting myself up. Removing a box. I'm saying Damon would have noticed if a box was missing, but he never.
Couldn't you?
Then the underside of the box would be wet.
This I can't.
Well, never mind. She did have something to prop herself up on. What, the grate?
I'm not tall enough to reach that high.
Well, hold up. Well, you just crawl through the vent. Bro, I have like no HP left. Hold on. Stop. Why is the camera there? Well, there's only one other place I haven't chose.
I'm not tall enough to reach that high.
I don't know where the spot selection is. I got 1 HP left. Hold up, I got this. How about the, I don't know, the one's already in the water?
This is it.
Well, there's still the boxes though.
Ava, to reach the top of the generator, you simply stood on one of the boxes in the boiler room.
Well, I already chose that. I didn't choose the one specifically in the water though. Like, it's still the same answer.
There's already a huge pile of them near the generator itself.
I hate, oh my god, come on.
You could easily push one up against
It's
the
the
machine.
exact same answer, guys.
She would have known about those boxes in advance, too. Since she explored the boiler room with you ahead of time.
And that's why she's the only one that knows the vent.
Okay, I could have used.
Okay, I could have done that.
at the top of the
Okay.
generator. And I could have fit the cord through both.
But why would I do that?
I can do both of those things without attracting suspicion. What I can't do without attracting suspicion is opening the vent.
Well, you were the only one I didn't see in the image, so, and Mark, but I know where Mark is now.
Which vent are we talking about?
The dining hall one. Based on what Damon's saying, it needs to be opened for the killer's trap to work.
No, it doesn't.
But opening it during the tournament is asking to be caught, and opening it before the tournament is useless because Jet, Cassidy, and Mark would see it.
Listen, just get into a rebuttal with me. I'll just defeat you right now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
If there was an open vent with a cord tied to it, I would have noticed for sure.
Now that Eva mentions it, I'm pretty sure the vent was closed during
We're clearly cornering her, but I just don't know. The vent was closed?
There's no way I can execute this trap without being caught.
She's so confident. Oh my god, I'm gonna wipe that shit off your face, bro.
It's a stupid trap anyway. All the cord and vent stuff is too complicated. There's a billion ways it could go wrong.
But it didn't, did it?
Damon's just making stuff up. He doesn't know what he's talking
See,
about.
you can't say stuff like this and expect me not to call you out now. Like, it's so obviously her.
What the? That's bullshit.
Can it, you four-eyed troll? You can't talk your way out of this one.
I'm saying, Grace. What if you did it, though? Shit.
The only person who would be sick-minded enough to kill Wolfgang is you, and only you.
He's just making stuff up. Why would you say that?
Don't you fucking try and tell me otherwise!
Do I hear my ethos here? I don't mean...
You can't say I'm the murderer just because I sat near a vent.
Yeah, he can.
Seems to be pretty good evidence to me.
I'm not wrong. He's not wrong.
Wolfgang exposed you for the
I got
snake
1
you
HP,
are,
guys.
and you despised him because of it. You have a motive.
There's nothing wrong.
Perhaps our understanding of the mechanism is wrong? Maybe it wasn't closing the vent that triggered it, but something else?
Do you have any evidence to prove that?
Even if this trap was used, you can't guarantee it operated the way Damon described.
There's a lot of stuff here.
So...
Well, the battery could have been tied to the extension cord with a special knot which can untie by itself after a bit of time passes.
There's even less evidence
The shrapnel.
for that.
Evidence. No one here cares about evidence. I just happened to be at the game tournament. Now you're saying I'm a killer.
No, you didn't. Never mind what was said before. I just so happened to be at it?
The murderer just
No.
because I sat near a vent.
No. She wasn't... She was there before, wasn't she? Ava.
That seems to be pretty good evidence to me.
Ava.
Wolfgang exposed you for
I'm
the
sorry
snake.
for what I'm about to do to you. No, no, Toshiko. No. No, it's the very last one, I think.
After a bit of time passes.
There's even less evidence for it.
Evidence. No one
Ava.
here cares about evidence.
Ava.
I just happened at the game tournament.
Ava.
No, that's wrong.
That's what Damien said. That's just so wrong. The music. Dun, 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 the piano.
No. It's no coincidence you were at the
Nope.
game tournament.
I remember it clear as day, but I'll let Damien explain it because he clearly knows it.
In fact, it's not even a coincidence the tournament took place during the murder.
What do you mean?
It was impossible for me to notice this earlier, but the killer timed the tournament so it would grant them an alibi for the murder.
She's smart.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! Are you accusing me of murder again? I thought you said
Jet, just don't talk.
Detective isn't supposed to switch.
Don't talk. Let Damien do it.
In determining what time the tournament would be held, the only person to determine that was Ava.
Right, she was the one that requested to be like 8:30 because, oh, that's when the human brain works the best. Oh, Ava's like, oh shit, he remembered. I just remember her being in the back. I did my most of my study at 9. Yeah, most, whatever. Bullshit. Bullshit.
Ava knew she would be in the dining hall tomorrow.
She wanted to get out of here so bad.
So when Cassidy announced the tournament,
She's like, I'll take her.
realized
What about
that
me
she
though?
was
Damien
electing
defended you.
opportunity to create an alibi for herself.
She's really a chapter. Both Wolfgang and her die. Oh my god.
That's insane. How could she
Look at
have come up
Grace.
with something like that on the spot?
It wasn't just for an alibi either. Since Ava knew about the tournament, she could time the setup of her trap accordingly.
So to answer her question of why neither Cassidy, Jet, nor Mark noticed the event opening, I think back to what Cassidy told me earlier. With the tournament again, I can discern exactly why. Why? I'll know once I see the answer. When did Ava open the dining hall vent?
Got it.
Stack of furniture.
Cassidy, you told me Ava approached you yesterday and asked to help set up the tournament.
Did it on 1 HP. I took the comic book section though. Probably like one like panic time event. That's what it is.
Before the tournament?
Oh, now I remember. Yeah, Eva wanted to see what sort of equipment the tournament needed.
Oh my god.
After I showed her Mark's stuff and told her we were redecorating the...
I originally had thought it had to be someone in the room, but I just like it because the event was there. It's so obviously there. Like it's like, bro, I did it. It's here.
Back when this conversation,
but I didn't think they'd get rid of Ava so quickly.
Decided what time you were going to start redecorating.
Yeah, it's kind of embarrassing. Eva really helped me out though. She said she would stack the dining hall furniture we weren't going to use later that night. Afterwards, we could focus purely on arranging the technical stuff in the morning.
All right. Then tell me what happened last night.
Jet, Mark, Eva, and I came to the dining hall at around 8:40. We stacked the table and the dining chairs against the left wall, and the sofas.
Wow, you have that bad of handwriting, Ava? Come on.
Maybe a little more to the right. Then we all went back to our dorms. Well, I was kind of hungry, so I stayed back a few minutes before leaving.
Hold the phone. If those sofa chairs were moved to the middle of the room, why did I see one over in the corner this morning?
Because Eva pushed it there.
Eva what?
Oh my god.
She didn't want to take part in the tournament. Just watch it from the side.
Wow, Cassidy's on you. Cassidy ratted your ass out immediately.
I never thought it was weird or anything. Some people just like sticking to the walls of rooms, you know?
Dude.
We're talking about the sofa in the upper
This is the most
left.
incriminating evidence. Look at Ava.
The one next to the coffee table.
Bro, you're getting ratted out by a dumb ass gamer girl. Stop.
Yes, sir, Eva.
And she does not care in the world.
Yo, when the power went out, I'm pretty sure Damon ran over to that corner to look through. Yeah, a vent.
But we just said it fell.
Did she move the chair there so it would be easier to reach the vent later?
Why would I when Cassidy just said the vent was closed?
She's trying so hard to reach for something to get her.
Because you were covering for yourself in advance.
Huh?
Oh my god, it's just so incriminating.
The vent may not have been open at the time, but I'm willing to bet that's because you were still creating your trap. Let's say Ava took a detour for the boiler room first, and slid the internal plug through both vents. After going upstairs and helping rearrange the dining room,
She gonna have like a breakdown scene? Of course I didn't.
That obscures the vent.
How does she even die? Like, how do you kill a math thief?
She heads outside and hides until everyone else goes to bed.
Just some fucking math contest and loses and gets smushed by a big ass number.
So Eva took complete advantage of them?
Not my fault those two are so trusting.
Mark, I just stop talking. And you, Jet.
I mean, she did lie about a lot of important things. Her talent being one of them.
She also cried and fled the scene after we found out, man.
Did she really lie to me about that sweet scene? Really?
I just thought it was cool. She wanted to help me out.
Damien really can't trust nobody.
Hey, can we backtrack a little? Like, to before all this Ava talk?
Why?
It's to do with the chair's position.
Oh, is there nothing else? The
You
chair?
guys keep saying it was in front of the vent, but Damon stood in front of the vent during the blackout. If the chair was in the position you all say it was, it should have blocked him from crouching in front of the vent.
Ava probably just moved it during the blackout.
Eh?
Before the blackout, it was positioned with its back to the left wall. However, when I ran over to the vent, the chair was suddenly pushed up.
That's a really
against the
odd spot for it to be
wall.
pushed against him.
Ava must have shifted the chair while everyone was initially panicking from the blackout. I'm guessing she hoped people would misremember its position.
Oh, man.
Damn.
So
I also remember seeing a speaker in that corner.
Well, I just remember her standing over there, and then not seeing her in the scene where everyone was like hunched over like Damien. I remember her and Mark were the only two not in that scene, and I know Mark was playing the music now. I was like, oh, that's where it was. So it's like, where's Ava now? In the corner,
Yeah,
event.
about that. This morning, Jet, Mark, and I arrived at the dining hall a little after 8 a.m. Then Eva came a few minutes later. She helped us put together Mark's equipment, which was stationed in the low, and then she volunteered to place speakers around the room while Jet and I set up the TV next to the fire.
No way.
Moving a speaker near the vent. Did Eva do that to drown out Diana and Wolfgang's scuffle?
Oh my god.
Yeah. and in turn exacerbate the effects of the other speakers.
There can't be more to this trial. I think this trial's going on for too long now. To the point where it can't be no, like...
There were almost a dozen spread throughout the dining hall.
Let her come up. No, what did I say before she was gonna say?
Ava probably placed them that way.
She's gonna have a rebuttal and she's gonna come up like this.
Eva entered the dining hall at 8:10 a.m., right? So wouldn't it be impossible for her to knock out Lloyd?
Yeah, that's what I'm still confused about, is the drug thing.
Ava. She arrived around 8:10 a.m. But it's possible she actually arrived much later. Since there's no clock in the dining hall, he just couldn't have known. In fact, that might be why Ava seemed so eager to arrange Mark's equipment in the morning. Upon realizing it had a clock, she wanted to ensure it would only be powered on after she arrived.
It seems the setup of this trap occurred across 3
Dude,
phases.
she's smart though.
Phase 1 took place in the boiler room. And
There's like 4 different people I suspected for it.
To an extension cord.
Because I didn't think they'd kill her off so quickly, I'll be honest. I thought she was much more for like a story-driven character, like Nagito. Like they kill him off in like chapter 5, right? You know, he like in the first trial, he didn't really do it because it'd be too not obvious, but just you know he has much more to do with the story. I think that's what they were gonna do with Ava. So they used that against me.
The cord was then slid
Look at
through the
Ava.
grates of the closed boiler room vent, presumably until it almost poked out the other end of the ventilation.
That sucks.
shaft.
Didn't Ava like Damien? Damien was like, I gotta trust you.
Was carried out in the dining hall.
Toshiko looking like I didn't accuse her 5 times. Told you it wasn't me. Okay, fine.
The aforementioned cord was tied around the dining hall vent, which was then left open. This must have happened after Cassidy.
They're really gonna get rid of
Jeff
2 of the
were
most
already
interesting
done
characters in the game.
redecorating. For the third and final phase, the battery was carefully suspended over the generator. All these steps combined created a pulley system, which could only be triggered by closing the dining hall vent. Is there anything I'm missing?
Holy shit, he got you on
How I
lockdown.
closed the vent.
Huh?
No one has explained how I closed the dining hall vent.
Okay.
Obviously, I didn't do it during the blackout. According to Damon, the blackout can only happen after the vent is closed.
Can we just vote for her?
So, I must have stood up, gone behind the chair, and closed the vent during the tournament. That's stupid. Someone is definitely going to notice that sort of conspicuous movement.
Oh, wouldn't it be so random if someone stepped on Grace's foot during that
Doesn't
scene?
matter if that someone is on the opposite side of the room. They're going to notice.
How did we overlook such an obvious discrepancy?
He was right. Standing up would look really suspicious. She used that to circumvent that problem. What allowed Ava to close the vent without attracting suspicion? The chair. Because it kicks back the feet?
This is it.
Or when she moved the chair.
The chair bypasses this problem entirely. To close the vent, all you need to do is...
I knew it! That's what I just said.
And
1
reach
HP
behind
too.
Set the chair to recline.
She kicked that shit back. I was like, ah. And then, damn. I'm gonna go relax, but Wolfgang dies. Stop.
Some were already sent
She
to that
really
position
just
at the start of the
slept on her
tournament,
death.
including
It's a seesaw. It's the seesaw effect. The seesaw
Ava
effect.
can easily reach down and close the vent without shifting from her position. It's not perfectly inconspicuous, but it's subtle enough
Ava,
to catch most people's attention.
what didn't we find now? She's gonna. Oh, you didn't find this out.
Especially
You didn't
those
find.
focused on watching a video game competition.
What exactly milliseconds I did it at though. Actually, we did. Come on, Damon.
Well, am I wrong?
This isn't funny. Just because I was sitting in front of the vent doesn't mean I was the one who triggered
Guys,
the
listen. This trial's going on for like 4 hours. I can't take another plot twist.
No one can sneak up behind you without drawing attention, especially when all the lights were still on.
That's just dumb! Where I was sitting shouldn't make me a murderer!
Even so, with everything we've spoken about...
Same thing happened to Diane though. Is there really another plot twist?
Everything? Did you already forget what was said earlier? Just look at all the items I would need to set up this murder.
Well, that happened.
The battery, the extension cord, the rolling pin, the taser, the syringe, and the supposed drug used with it. How could I have collected all of those things? Wolfgang and everyone else hated me because I lied about my talent. They were on their guard whenever I was around. You think Jet and Desmond would just let me walk into their rooms and take their stuff?
Well, did they?
That's true. We still haven't explained how she robbed 2 people's rooms without being caught.
Unless you can prove I had the chance to get all this stuff, you can't make me out to be the killer.
Damien, what are we gonna do about this?
Fine.
Oh, here we go.
I'll show proof. Only you could obtain the items necessary for this murder.
I got it.
Ava, you were well aware of the existence of those items. For starters, everyone heard about Jet's battery. It was common knowledge due to his boasting.
Wait, so it's all my fault?
Yes, bitch. Now shut the hell up.
Since the dorms aren't locked, you could have easily snuck in and grabbed the battery while no one was inside. The battery is lightweight too. So
Battery's lightweight too. Oh my god, Damien, you're such an amazing main character. I'm sorry I said anything negative about you ever. Please accept my apology, please.
So the rest of your plan?
Oh, I love
The
his
syringe
back
and
sass.
gas are
I
both
love this
readily available
fucking
in the
like, who
pharmacy.
puts you in the plane? He's like
And as for the
Squilliam, bro.
taser, you may not have known about its existence right away, but you still had every incentive to search Desmond's room because you received his blackmail.
Eva? You knew my blackmail this whole time? And
Well, I knew
never said
too, but
anything?
it helped us in the end, so.
So what?
Oh my god.
Huh?
So what if I knew? I wasn't the only one. Damon knew your blackmail as well.
I'm sure Damien just did everything.
Oh yeah. Damon knew.
Don't
almost
spin this
everything
on.
I
Oh. I'm about to dislike like 6 different people now if they start accusing me.
did. He knew where the items used in this murder were stored. He knew the layout of the boiler room and the storage closets. He knew all sorts of things.
You're such a liar!
The only thing he didn't know is the one thing more important than any piece of physical evidence.
His semen. Like what?
What the hell are you talking about?
She's just if Damien did this, I'd be impressed.
See, you still don't know. You still don't know that we never saw eye to eye.
Huh?
Eye to eye on the not.
Like how everyone's
each
just
other
like, okay,
stuff?
well, it's not us.
On Wolfgang.
On Wolfgang.
Damon saw the way Wolfgang scolded me and treated me like a bad guy, and he thought I hated him the same way he did. But unlike Damon, I never wanted Wolfgang to die.
What the?
Whoa! That's a loaded accusation.
Not a first for this trial.
If you thought you saw the worst of Damon,
Diana better come to my rescue.
you underestimate just how low he can stoop.
Oh, come
I
on.
practically risked my life pretending to be his ally. But in return, he let me see the extent of his deceitfulness.
Oh, come on.
Which is why I can tell everyone that Damon has Wolfgang's blackmail.
Oh, that's low, but you know what? She got it.
Oh, God.
Ava, you.
Any reason you didn't tell us this earlier?
Well, I didn't think it was incriminating at first.
Not even when he refused to come forward about it?
That was weird, but I didn't want to make accusations at the time because it could have just been his ego talking.
She's really gonna do this.
Only after watching him reject the taser gun over this dumb mechanism he made up did I realize I had potential.
Ava, just admit you're gonna die. You're gonna die, Ava.
Damon.
You're dead.
Do you have your blackmail on you?
Yes, I have Wolfgang. Just say it, Ava.
Don't worry about reading it out loud or anything.
Did Ava really never trust me? She probably did, but I mean, she's backed in a corner and she killed him, so she wants to escape. It's very obvious she doesn't want to die, so you know, it's everyone for themselves, right? Why did she disclose so much to me? Maybe she just used me. Why did she tell me? I trust you. No, this can't be the forefront of my mind right now. I'm on a cusp of bringing the case to a close. What Ava thinks about me should matter. I was like his girlfriend, bro. What she thinks about me. You took my side way back at the beginning, remember? Yep, I did all this. I'm really sorry how things turned out. And then she used my... Damn it. This entire time I've been judging the others. I was blindly following the words of a stranger. My face when my main character is developing into like one of the best main characters I can witness in this generation's timeline. Now everyone here, they're gonna hold this blackmail crap. No, they're not. Because I know Diane's about to come forward. Who else can come forward? I don't know. What choice do I have? Yep.
Fine. I'll show it. But only the picture. As requested.
With those words, I retrieved the envelope from my pockets.
He's married?
I think he's his father.
Ingrid, Wolfgang doesn't have blue eyes.
No, is Diane his sister? Stop.
So, who is this then?
I mean, why else would the guy look like
No, show me her eye color real quick.
Given the year this photo was
I don't know, maybe that's why he went to attack her.
It must be his parents. Look at what's printed at the bottom.
20,
yeah. I don't know how old Wolfgang is because of the student report.
There's too many twists, bro.
In 2000.
My hair, bro, guys, I've been recording for like, maybe like 5 hours now. I don't know how long it's gonna be, really.
But why his parents? Are they being held against their will?
You can't leave us hanging, Damo! You gotta...
That's not what was asked of me. And even if I had to, I don't think someone who can't explain himself should have his secrets revealed to everyone.
Some things are better left unsaid.
For the record, I know what Wolfgang's blackmail says, but it didn't change my outlook on him. I don't think it's possible for anyone to hate someone like Wolfgang. He was always brave in the face of sheer adversity, and encouraged everyone else to act likewise. Wolfgang challenged me to be a better person. Wolfgang challenged all of us to be better people, and maybe Ava simply couldn't rise to his challenge.
Damn.
Don't listen to him. He's trying to divert everyone from the truth.
I'm about to hit you with ethos or pathos, one of those.
Wolfgang and I didn't always see eye to eye.
I think ethos is emotion because ethos is E.
And his talent never wavered. Why would someone like me harm him? Me, who's been leading this trial much the same way he led the one before. I may have questioned the idea no one here would kill, but that doesn't make me someone who wants to see bloodshed.
He does. He does want bloodshed.
Well, now she's just panicking. Now you can just tell.
We have all the proof he's a cold-blooded killer. Wolfgang's blackmail, which he lied about having.
You lied too, so that's an eye for an eye.
But wasn't Damon playing?
Nothing he says should be trusted. Nothing he says about me.
Give me the
or
panic.
anything else.
Give me the action time event.
It is odd that we place faith in a man who does not have faith in us.
Toshiko, you were like up here, now you're like down here. Don't even talk to me. Don't
Damon
even talk
isn't
to
the
me.
killer, though. Why would he try to mislead anyone?
Kai, I'll give you a big smooch right now.
Like, he and I were playing a game when the murder happened, and multiple people can vouch for us.
I was nowhere near the vents.
Not to mention the things he's been saying.
All the evidence stacked against her, nothing against me, except of a lying about whose thing I had. And that's it, which had nothing to do with the killing in the first place.
Truth has no personal alliance.
That's why.
Even if he wasn't here, we'd arrive at the same conclusion anyway.
Depends who you mean by we.
I mean, we all thought it was Diane, including me. Ava's like, no fucking way.
Then you all still think I'm the killer?
Yes.
Someone needs to be voted by the end of
Mark said, yeah, bitch, basically. Can't be that loud, sorry, guys.
Say it like that.
Listen, just go back in the sea and be a humpback whale. Like, I don't like you. Like, no one cares about you. Here we go. Wow. How did Damien figure it out?
How would I know? How would I know when to drop it?
You overheard it.
Drop the battery! Damon says the killer dropped the battery when Diana was already in the boiler room. But how would I know when Diana was in the boiler room?
Damien, let's see the thing.
It's not as if I
Give me the
could
thing.
look it out for her. The music speakers are too loud.
I thought we literally said she overheard it, then she did it, but...
And the dining hall has no clocks, so it'd be impossible for me to know if it was 8 or 5 a.m.
Right. Only Mark's DJ pad had
Look at her, bro. I got this girl blue in the face.
Maybe Ava asked Mark for the time.
She never spoke to me.
We never spoke. I never even got up from my chair.
This girl is freaking the fuck out.
Besides, how could I be sure Diana arrived on time anyway? If you can't explain how I knew when to drop the battery, then shut up and stop accusing me!
You sound like a man now, come on. If it makes a decent point, how did she drop the battery in time? Did she really just rely on chance? Maybe she's the ultimate lucky student, like Nagito and Makoto. No, that doesn't seem likely. She would never be like those two main character goats. Nagito is a main character now. Come on, think. My years of debate has taught me anything. I need to look at this from another angle. Here it is. When to drop the battery. The light. The light. The light. The light. The light.
I got it.
She saw the light from the vent.
The only way the killer would have known when to spring their trap.
She said.
Seeing Diana enter the room. Any uncertainty would ruin the plan.
She probably saw the light.
And the dining hall was too loud to hear anything over.
So where did she watch Diane from? Well, I mean, the vent, I would assume.
Trying to look into the boiler room through the vent is impossible.
Oh, okay. Well, I thought I had something, guys. Come on, I could have won this on 1 HP. That's not even that fun. Oh, wow. That was on me, though. How did she see?
This is it. It's impossible to...
The sensor! The sensor! The sensor!
The only way anyone could see
the sensor from the camera. It tracks you.
Was by using the school cameras.
Say what?
Well, no, that's
I don't understand how, but Ava must have used
the camera picks up. It's motion activated. I remember Damien saying this. Oh my god.
Is she working with the kidnappers?
Are you kidding me? How the hell would I have access to the camera?
You don't, but I know how. Just show me the answer. Just a screen? No. Ava, it's how I bring an end to what you started. For better or for worse, this one will be your final lie. We should get like a lie bullet. However, it won't be without a fight. I already know. Argument altercation. In this game, oh god. The mega bullets. Focus. The noise bullets. Okay. Fire noise bullets, which you can focus. That's gonna be hard to remember. Your opponent will fire their own bullets. They also start with a shield, meaning they cannot. Oh, everyone knows she did it though. Alright. Breaking their statements will also charge your mega bullet. You'll want to press F to fire that one. If you miss, don't worry, just break more statements. Okay. After a certain amount of hits, your progress. I don't know how it's gonna happen, but we're gonna find out. Oh, and it's gonna like a ching 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 ching. The camera picks up people. I don't know. I know it's gonna be something, guys. You have to start over from the beginning. I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna do this. Oh shit, they really did this. What the fuck?
There's no proof I killed Wolfgang. I just wanted to help. I just wanted to help. There's no proof I killed Wolfgang. I didn't see anything. I didn't see anything.
Bro, stop hitting me.
It's Damon.
Ouch! Why'd she say that?
Why would I kill? I didn't see anything. Who cares about the kill? It's Damon who's suspicious.
Stop. Bro, you're such a cheater.
There's no proof I killed Wolfgang. Why would I kill? I just wanted to help.
Come up here.
I didn't see anything. Damon, I thought you trusted me.
No way, did I lose?
Who cares about the camera?
What?
Why would I kill anyone?
Damien, I thought you trusted me. This is not Toho, please stop.
I just wanted to help. It's Damon who's suspicious.
You. Oh my god, I almost said something bad. Everyone knows what I was gonna say.
I didn't see any. Who cares about the camera?
I ain't worried about dodging.
It's Damon who's suspicious. I just wanted to help.
I don't care, go there.
It's Damon who's suspicious. I just wanted to help. I just wanted to help.
Oh wait, I have the... Get help.
Who cares about the camera? I didn't see anything.
One more. I got this.
This isn't fair.
Oh!
Why won't you believe me?
Damn, look at her. No more, please.
It's Damon who's... I just wanted to help.
I have to start over from the beginning.
There's no proof I killed Wolfgang. There's no
Bro,
proof I killed Wolfgang.
bro, go away.
It's Damon who's Wolfgang.
Objection.
This isn't fair. I just wanted to help.
How could I ask
Access the security camera.
Ava's personal game console?
I just wanted to help.
What? Bro, that was so anticlimactic.
Kill anyone.
She just started summoning fucking crows like a Tachi.
To help. There's no proof I killed her. I just wanted to help.
Get that in your face. Bro, stop. I don't have to do this all over again.
Who cares about the camera? Why would I kill anyone? There's no proof I killed Wolfgang.
No. Get down.
How could I access the security camera?
Ava's person.
I didn't see it.
What?
There's no proof How could I access
Ava's
the security camera?
personal game console. It's over. Oh my god.
We know the truth.
We know the truth.
No! Don't kill me!
Don't kill me. Well, you killed Wolfgang.
What you said was true, Ava. Whether or not the trap works depends on if the killer can see inside.
Dude, just. Danganronpa could never do this.
Which begs the question: how does the killer see inside?
She's summoned fucking Itachi crows, dude. You can't make it up. And does she have red eyes?
They can't just get on their knees and peek through the vent. Everyone in the dining hall would notice. Besides, the vent probably offers very
No,
little
I like my
actual
method way
view
better.
of the room.
She looked through the vent real quick and saw the camera like move to like track them. That's how she knew people were in there. I think it's way better.
Exactly! It's impossible!
Right. It's impossible. From this particular angle.
Look at Tozo. I can finally move in like 30 minutes.
If I switch perspectives, your entire argument comes completely undone.
I don't even know if I can edit any of this.
What do you mean?
Ava assumes I'm taking only one factor into account. Her position at the time of Wolfgang's murder. Little does she know that in ruling out that factor, she's led me straight to another. A certain item which could have granted her the ability to see inside the boiler room. An item that, like the chemical smell, only makes sense when all other options have been ruled out.
No, I don't want to die. You killed somebody though.
The game console she brought with her to the tournament.
I just like the artwork there. The artwork was so good. Those assets, oh my god, those are so
Is
amazing.
that a game console?
She wanted to get in the spirit of the tournament without being directly involved. Or so she claimed. But when every other option has been ruled out, what else can we look to but the one that's yet to be addressed?
Are you saying she saw inside the boiler room using the console?
So we played live footage of the room?
Sounds like a stretch.
If I'm wrong, Ava should be able to prove her innocence.
Probably using the game console.
Go on, Ava.
Show us the console.
Huh?
I don't think she has the console on her, dude.
She has to. She never had an opportunity to slink away and dispose of it.
Well, she did,
What
but
about the blackout?
When the blackout first hit, people were disorientated for about a minute at most. Ava likely spent those 60 seconds.
we'll just ask Tozo. Get the game console real quick. Let's see. Because that would make it a fair game, wouldn't it?
The only
We
exception
need this
was when
to
she
discern
and I split up to
evidence.
investigate the dining hall and the door. However, the laundry room.
It's a really long trial. I kind of want to speed it up at this point because we know it's Ava, but I'll let Damien have his moment.
In any of those rooms.
And the janitor closet? That room has been locked for days now. She obviously couldn't hide the console there.
Which means it must still be on her person.
She doesn't know what the fuck to do now.
Like I said earlier, if I'm wrong about the console,
How the hell are they gonna top that? Trial 5 is gonna be one of the best trials I could ever witness. Number 1 was, oh my god.
What are you waiting for? Quit hiding the stupid thing and show it!
You're just trying to make me look bad.
That's your argument? Bro, let's just get the voting.
You don't know what you're talking about. You're just jealous of me. You're jealous of me and my talent. That's all you are. Jealous.
Hey, calm down.
Bro, it's like kinda like she gonna do something.
Why not just pull out the console?
Yes, show us the console and then you'll
No! I don't have to show anyone anything.
Okay, we can just go to voting.
That's the most suspicious thing you could say.
I don't even know why, like, I was like congratulating this game on being like realistic, but if we're all gonna like, oh, we can't see the console, then we can't say it's her.
It's not suspicious. I'm telling the truth.
Then you just show it.
That's obviously a lie.
Why go through the effort of mentioning Wolfgang's blackmail if you won't reveal this?
Now that I think back on it, Ava had been staring at her console
And Kai
the
knew
entire
this?
tournament. I thought it was weird.
What if Kai did? That's gonna be hilarious. Flamed it on him.
Well,
Guys, did you not just see that mini game I just went through? Wow, when she summoned like crows from like Naruto? Come on, bro. It's obvious it's her.
we should discuss those details before continuing any more with these accusations. She said she won it from Tozu's gotcha point.
Seems natural he would stock that machine.
Why are we still discussing this?
14 impossible culprits. And one possible. Ava, you're the only one we can vote for.
I'm gonna just say this now. It's been amazing, but don't draw it out too much.
That's such twisted logic. You're going to vote for me without being completely sure I'm even guilty?
Well, you're not showing us what we need to see, so.
There's no need to be completely sure.
In case anyone still doubts Ava is the killer. And once all the
We'll go through the case one last time. This is the comic book section.
I'll prove she's the killer.
Once and for all. Oh shit. The blackout. Closing event. Why do I do it? Which end was the cord? What did the killer use to drug him? Who arrived in the boiler room? The blackout. Closing the vent. This. And then the blackouts. Well, where's the blackout at? Has to be this. She drugged him. Letters from the killer. Okay, these are all right here. And then she drugged him with this. I got this. Car battery. Oh, whoops. That's whoops. Okay, what a internal plug. Which end of the cord? The internal plug. Oh, Jetstorm room. I just saw. I don't know why I just read that. The killer. What? Wolfie did take the knife though. The taser. Oh, it's saying she's the killer. Where the fuck did she go? Well, she never arrived in the room. Who took the knife from the kitchen? She didn't. Has to be this one. Well, I'm not wrong. Okay, I guess it's this. Oh, never mind. Wolfgang took the knife. I remember that. Here we go.
This is how it happened.
That wasn't that hard, but I'll let you have it. We needed like the normal dining rope. He's like down, 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 down,
This
down.
case was directly incited by the motive Tozu introduced.
The motive? Why you say it like that?
Everyone here received another person's blackmail amidst the chaos that spawned.
I would skip through this because it's been such a long video. Oh my god, I'm about to split this with 3 parts.
They sent letters to 2 people. Wolfgang Akide.
I just want to see the ending when it goes like, ching, and he has a little pose. Yeah, Larry, either.
Wolfgang and Diana were asked to meet in the boiler room in 2 days' time.
It's been about 4 hours in total.
Told them to arrive at 8:50.
The messages threatened to expose our blackmail, so we had no
Look at Wolfgang
choice
sipping
but
on
to follow
coffee.
their instructions.
At this point,
Sloppy ass
the
handwriting.
killer probably knew the way they were going to kill Wolfgang. Hence, how they reacted to this next piece of information. The following morning, it was revealed that Cassidy and Jet were going to...
This theme isn't that good, but it's the only music playing, so.
The point was for people to spend time together and not think murdery thoughts. But little did we know, a would-be killer was lurking nearby. And how? The killer emboldened their own plans and made it so the tournament would happen at 9 a.m.
Did you just agree with yourself?
There's too much humor in this. You guys gotta stop.
Both Wolfgang and Diana turned down the offer, which must have been music to the killer's ears.
You guys gotta let it play out. Let Damien do his thing.
The killer took this as a sign to commence the next phase of their plan. Later that evening, they went downstairs to the boiler room, began preparing the murder weapon.
Her feet?
Though it might be more
Show me your feet now!
The killer wrapped an extension cord as tightly as they could around a car battery.
I know Ava was like sweating when we just started discovering. It's like, oh shit, they're starting to know about the murder.
I imagine the battery must have been sitting on top of the generator. Wouldn't want to risk an explosion by bringing lithium too close to the water.
The killer avoided opening the boiler room vent for this segment, probably because they knew I'd remember it being closed originally.
A crucial part of the killer's plan would involve
everyone's getting their head in on her. No way.
Out the other end into the dining hall, so they could then walk upstairs to the dining hall and tie the protruding part of the cord to the dining hall vent.
Funnily enough, the killer was going to be needed in the dining hall very shortly.
Yeah, to help Cass and me rearrange the dining hall's furniture. We were saving the whole thing for next morning, but they convinced us to do it that night instead.
Does he sleep in that? Like, nasty.
Their intentions were threefold. Create an alibi, hide the vent with a piece of furniture, and then open the vent in secret. After which, they'd return to the boiler room.
I still hate how long it took for someone to bring up the vent. Like I wasn't saying it the entire time.
Which brings us to
today.
Knowing better than to head downstairs without protection, Wolfgang went to the kitchen.
I'm gonna be so sad they kill off Toshiko for no reason. I know there's no way she survives at the end. She looks like a Yoko where she just dies chapter 3. She's like a chapter 3 death or just like a throwaway. I'm gonna feel so sad, bro.
Wolfgang arrived inside the boiler room at 8:15 a.m. exactly like his letter requested. As he was waiting, the killer snuck up behind him.
And he got smacked right in the head with that stick.
That's when, okay. The only thing I was trying to like remember is when did she like do it?
A syringe was then used to inject Wolfgang with a sleeping drug, ensuring he would remain in the boiler room until Diana arrived.
The killer might have, left the taser on the floor around this time.
Yeah, the taser they swiped from my dorm. If I'd heard about the tasers...
Okay, I'm gonna start skipping it because now it's... Look at her smile. I won't be caught.
Anyway, back on topic.
There's probably a whole other hour to this too because the execution and everyone's like, oh my god, it's terrible.
The killer ran upstairs. They didn't care about the equipment.
Don't forget the
I'm gonna skip over this, guys, because it's we're only in Act 4. I think there's 6 acts.
My letter said to me that I made.
My god. What I want to know is the exchange between him and Wolfgang.
Really dark too. He got.
I normally let him play out, but this one's like it's too long a video. I didn't get a chance to save.
I tried to keep him calm and asked him to come over to me, which he actually did. But
then he attacked me with a knife.
And that's when the killer, having set their chair to recline, they were able to casually reach down and close the vent behind them. This lowered the extension.
God damn.
Wolfgang, who was still standing in the water, was electrocuted instantly.
He did my man so dirty. But he was gonna do Diane dirty, so.
Reacting with the water, which the killer was likely banking on as a way to destroy evidence. All of this happened right under my nose. No one could have guessed that someone present at the tournament.
The explosion.
Not for
I mean, like I thought it was Diane until they start bringing it up like this.
That's when you say you ducked around a corner, only after.
You can tell when it comes on, my whole fucking screen goes white.
We would have wrongly assumed Diana was the killer.
Listen, bro, you got it with this trial. You got it with this trial. There it is.
This complicated scheme calls to mind only one person.
What's her I forget her name.
One person who just
I forget her last name.
sitting in a certain sofa chair.
Damn.
That person
Is you.
is you, Ava Tsunaka.
Gotta say her title too. The ultimate mathlete.
We know the truth.
It's not fair. This isn't fair.
Why? Bro, I trusted you.
Isn't fair.
You gotta die now. Can I please save? This isn't fair.
My blood is rushing.
He's like, finally. Wonderful, brilliant, spectacular. I'm not gonna have any voice for this, but I'll try. You have seen beyond the foul lies of the scorched mathematician and delivered the honorable truth with wit and aplomb.
Well done.
This is worthy of praise. Don't let me award your success with.
This isn't.
Can you shut up? Everyone is staring at the floor, sneaking nervous glances at each other. I just want to see the execution. What do they do to her? I know they went all out for this, too. I understand the reason for this frosty atmosphere. You found out who done it, so now you wish to know why done it.
Such a spoil sport.
Very well. Every murder mystery needs a motive, and I would be loath to break tradition at this stage.
There must be something.
Ava, why'd you do this? Just why? She doesn't look human. I don't know what it is about like people like this. They just like, she doesn't look human now.
Come on.
Come on, speak up. You have nothing to lose now. It was Tozo. He made me do it.
You.
You've been working with Tozo this entire time?
Such disrespect.
Me and her? No, please. If her plan was to secretly infiltrate the killing game, she wouldn't have been giving herself such an attention-grabbing title, ultimate title.
Rubbish.
I mean, seriously, ultimate liar. Talk about on the nose. No. Ava is just as much as a kidnappee as the rest of you.
Son of a bitch!
Shut up. You let her get away with breaking the rules. That's the proof enough you're in cahoots. No cahooted.
Holy.
Ava broke the rules? Yeah, when she blew up school fucking property. Why the fuck wasn't I punished?
Shit.
Is Ava the exception the rule was talking about? Yeah. They updated it? When? Exceptions may apply. Since Ava wasn't punished. That means she counts as an exception?
Stop lying!
Are you gonna explain how? Or are you just trying to be a fucking contrarian?
This looks bad.
Well, if I had to make a guess, it's probably because Ava destroyed the generator while committing a murder.
What's all this about?
Are you saying Ava has special privileges? What? I think it's more like Yep. Yeah, which is why Ava excused her for breaking it.
Slow down.
That can't actually be the reason, can it?
I see.
And if it were? What? I see. Ava believes she would count as an exception to the rule. Which is why she didn't take any steps to avoid destroying the generator.
What?
She risked getting shot in the head over something she just assumed?
That ain't it.
Nah, without confidently, she executed the murder. She must have known for sure she would be penalized. Look at his eyes. How about it, Tozo? Did you ever share the information with her?
Me?
A desperate killer is much like a hungry seagull, ready to pounce upon the slightest crumbs of substance. The mere implication of a lupo ignites their senses. There's desperate people who always do. Will shred their dignity in pursuit of confirmation. So to answer your question, yes, she approached me with the same question your friends are asking now. And yes, I confirmed.
Not okay!
Seriously, man, that's so unfair!
Pathetic.
Unfair? Answering a reasonable question is far from unfair. Have you ever asked a professor for help on an assignment? Yeah, because she's a fucking stupid mathlete. But they're happy to clear up any confusion you might have. Then why did you say you made her kill Wolfgang? I suppose you could say she and I made a deal. To begin the killing game.
Impossible!
In exchange for agreeing to perform the first kill, she would receive a special
Plot twist.
the traitor perk.
Holy
really?
What? I mean, she refused to show it to us. Oh, so she got that. Mind you, that a host cannot simply hand over a trader perk to anyone who asks. They must first earn it.
That was very...
What do you mean by earn it? Do you recall that little tidbit I shared with the pharmacy? The secret lurking inside? She won that?
Well done.
That wasn't? Okay. When I said a very interesting secret, and I meant it quite literally. The only thing separating you from the perk was a few inches of stainless steel and a pin pad. A pin pad? She figured out the code. Yeah, I wonder...
Well,
wait. 4-digit code have thousands of potential combinations. Well, let's hear what she said she did. There's only one way. She figured out the poster.
Well done.
Was it 0010?
For real?
Or it was like the percent off or whatever.
No.
How can that poster reveal the code though? Well, it says 1010 right there.
Pathetic.
That's where you fell short of your mathematically gifted peer. Their keen eyesight and quick thinking. Yep, the code.
Plot twist.
An equation. Well, it's being changed now, but okay. To quote the words of my parents' parents' parents, the road to freedom must always be paved with obstacles.
Heckin' twisted!
It's totally up Evie's alley. Ava, you told me you couldn't understand the poster.
I have a long face.
Of course she did. That equation is the key to the trader perk. Handing it over would mean simply handing the perk over.
Shit.
So the trader was Ava's reward. I just want to see how she dies, really.
Who? Me?
Yeah, I wonder what the perk is, though. You see, this trader perk allows anyone to access the school security cameras using its tablets. I mean, she could just look from the cameras move because they're motion sensitive, but I like my way. I think it's cooler.
Damn it.
I think it's a lot more smarter for her. You access the camera in the boiler room, which is how you saw Diana.
Oh, crud. But then...
Then the reason I saw the camera blinking in the back.
What?
Damn, she was watching you get killed.
Nonsense.
How could you negotiate with your kidnapper? I had no choice. I either take his deal, give myself a chance to escape, or die or the rest of you.
You.
Oh, I know Desmond's gonna be a killer. Looking at his sprite now, he's a killer. Then we promised make it out of here together. If you haven't murdered one of your only people, you could have handled the situation. You might have made progress.
Hang on.
Even if I didn't kill, someone else would have eventually. And if they were in my position, they would even admit what they've done. They'd cry and snivel and try to guilt you. They wouldn't be honest like me. But you weren't. You just let the whole trial straight. Honest or not, playing Tozu's game was risky. You were not trapped in a small space. That's not gambling. That's not a gamble you should have taken.
What a joke.
We had food, shelter. All we had to do was wait for eventual rescue. But I would have died first. It was obvious. From what's happening with Wolfgang. His constant jeering at me over the few mistakes I'd make while the rest of you followed his lead. If a clash trial ever happened, he would have accused me. He's a lawyer, I don't think he would have done that. And you all would have believed him.
Whoa.
That's just not right, man. Shut up! Because of Wolfgang, I was isolated from everyone else, turning me into an easy target for murder. Thought I was murdered, but the rest of you bothered to find out? There's no way you would. I lost the voice, my throat is... It's gone, guys. You're all the worst. I hope you rot here. Damien seems like, was I really your snuggle bunny? Yes, you were, Damien.
Hello?
That's cold, man.
Really let me down.
Whatever.
Ugh.
Think a few games were enough to forgive everything you did to me? None of you actually care about me. None of you. I did? I never been anything to anyone. It really is the same in here as it is out there. I'm always the one that people hated. Sad backstory time. I didn't choose this town. It just chose me. Head ass. I was the prodigy student the adults wanted me to be. I thought I did everything right. But I still kept being judged. Everyone else around me resented me, hated me because they wanted the love I received. Or what they thought was love. Despite all my hard work, the UTP turned me into something I never wanted to be. The Ultimate Talent Program. Even if I wanted to return to normality, it would be impossible. I'm stuck with this talent for life. And then now, I try to become something more than a sad joke. I get hit with the realization all my efforts were for nothing. I could never be anyone else. I'll never get what I deserve. But I cared.
I don't understand.
Ava, I cared about you. I did too! I don't get it.
Why?
Why did you frame me? I cared for you and stood up for you whenever I could.
Don't say that!
I wanted to be your roommate! That's what I'm saying. She did her dirty. That's what I said mid-trial.
I don't want to.
I didn't mean anything. It didn't mean anything. You still agreed with everything Wolfgang said. No matter what. But what about me? Yeah, get the Damien. Hold up. Is that why you tried to frame me? Yeah. You deserved it.
No.
Damn. Nearly fell into her podium.
How can you believe that?
Bro, shut up. You beluga whale. Get off my screen. She obviously knew what she was doing. Both the cause and the time of death were mentioned in the mock trial. So stands a reason you'd be mentioned here too. When Ava realized that, she tried to leverage it against us. I'm sure receiving that little camera perk made it all too easy to time the murder.
Shut it!
So Ava's privileged little asshole. We think her life sucks. Who cares? You took Wolfgang's life. I mean, that's true.
Sheesh.
But it's not like he had something else going on with him too. We're doing something because they lied about their inoffensive talent. Even she must know how ridiculous that sounds.
How can that be?
Ava didn't kill Wolfgang because she was scared. Then why did she kill him?
Honestly?
Why else but to escape? I hope Winona dies like in the game YouTube. Like second trial. I doubt any of us were a threat to her. In fact, it was probably the complete opposite.
Shocking.
She thought she was smarter and better. That's what I thought.
My thoughts exactly.
Yes, I agree with Winona. In that case, do you reckon Ava killed Wolf because of his abilities as a lawyer? I mean, she would about what I would do if I was a deranged murderer, which I'm not.
Nope.
Ava isn't the only one who's vulnerable. There are people in here with weaker bodies, weaker minds. Anyone who's looking for an easy kill would know to target them first. Doesn't matter. No one targeted me, I still would have died first. Because of the perk. Tozo told me if I didn't use the perk to murder someone, I was going to die.
What did you say?
Nonsense!
Who? Me?
Guilty as charged.
Dude, no!
Well, then now it explains it. Tozo never told me the number of days I had left, just I needed to kill soon. If I didn't kill soon, I'd die.
This isn't fair!
I had to do something! Can't blame you for that. If you were in my shoes, you would have done the same.
Worthless.
It's your own fault.
No!
Tozo targeting with the math puzzle. He offered the perk when I was at my lowest point. If you guys were approached the same way I was, and offered a chance to go home, you would have taken the perk too.
Stop it!
You're just a bunch of hypocrites. You just want to make me look like the villain so you feel less bad about killing me.
Dumbass!
Oh yeah. Here we go. Alright, alright. I wanted to hear what Damien had to say about her though. Wait, don't tell me you're actually going to.
Holy!
The show must go on.
Do not avert your eyes. Ladies and gentlemen, I hear a lot of budget went into this. Here we go. No, I don't. She just told her she deserved to die, though. This isn't happening. This isn't happening.
Blood is rushing.
To the victor go the spoils. Hail the honorable dead avenged at last. I don't deserve this. Even if you hate me, I don't deserve this. May our charitable justice inspire fear and humility within these wretched souls.
Don't kill me!
This isn't fair. I don't deserve to die. I deserve to live. I deserve to live. And stir the hearts and minds of those bearing witness. You ready, everyone? Let the show begin.
I want to live. I deserve to live. I'm going to live. I'm going to live!
By doing what? Where are you gonna go? She's gonna run off to where? And now we present. Do I have to read this or does it read? No, I have to read it. The execution of Eva Suna. Oh, she's running. Actually. To where? Enjoy the show. She could just get shot at though. Like every first execution, they go like, they always go like that. Leon, they got a Terra. Who's the other one? Kaede. Kaede had the same thing. She got choked out. Fiery furnace? They're gonna burn this girl. Well, she was just normal though a second ago. It's gonna go quicker, isn't it? You cannot run, bro. This is why you should have done track. It's a little stiff of an animation, but especially when you get like slabbed and like sliced up. There's the music. She's gonna bleed out before she gets burned. No way, they're gonna throw her body down? Oh. That was like Damien's only friend too. And now we get this scene, everyone's gonna start screaming.
I can't handle it.
He was just crying though. Why is he normal now? My entire body is seized up. I'm not even sure what to make of that, bro. That's rough. Like, she was basically just bleeding out. She was either gonna get burned or bleeding out. Which one do you want to go for, right? I couldn't move a single limb. Couldn't say a single word. All I could do was stand and stare at my mind in complete total loss.
There's no way.
So that's what punishment entails? Let me go home. Let me go home, please.
Isn't this lovely?
Goodness, talk about a heated moment. Eva put up quite the fight. For a second there, she almost had me believing we'd underestimated her. That girl could not run, bro. Tozo, don't even give her any credit.
Moving on.
Just kidding.
I'll be damned.
How could you do this, forcing these innocent people to kill each other? He's definitely going to be like the murder of chapter 4. And I'm going to be crying like, why would you do this? And he's like, to help all of you.
Terrible.
So
Just
judgmental.
terrible.
Need I remind you that it is a student on student warfare.
Get out.
Just shut up already. Someone else is obviously going to do it. So many people are going to do it. Ava, why? I just needed a friend. I was her friend. What about me? They skip over Damien. Damien's not going to like anyone now. Why did you do this?
I can't believe it.
I think I'm going to be sick. Or you look sick. I don't know what I'm feeling anymore, man. You're definitely going to be a victim.
Oh, shit!
I'm totally going to die here, aren't I?
Can't be like this.
No one else is going to die. You hear? We're all going to be okay. Come on, Grace, speak up. I know you're going to shout. I'm here and I'm okay. No, wait. This was my reality. The fear of death had already been heavy on my shoulders ever since the killing game was announced. But now, it had completely enveloped me. I can't do it. I can't lie to myself again.
It's all my fault.
I'm not okay. I'll never be okay. I could have changed things. I could have saved her. And him. Wolfgang. If I just dragged him out the water, I could have saved him. Why didn't I save him? I mean, yeah, I don't think... It's definitely not her fault, but... Sure, let's just say it's your fault. He was wielding a knife, too. Anyone would have done what you did. Did he really bring the knife for self-defense? That's what I thought. It's like, he went down there to do something. I can't let it end. Wolfgang's kindness. I can't let anyone forget it.
It is how it is.
That goes without saying. I'm sure everyone will remember what Wolfgang did for us. I wish I could do this scene so much more justice, but I can't because it's been like 5 hours recording it, so I'm so out of it. That's why I wish they'd let me save right before the end so then I could watch the execution. Come back later. I've never thought about the lengths of my talent can go. The ability to change others' appearances. To be the best versions of themselves. And we're going to meet her body. Like, she's gone. Her eyes is burned. It's always been someone else who sits in front of the mirror. I've never put myself in that place. Diana, you okay? Diana, I don't care. Diana. I can't save Wolfgang at the very least. Maybe I can live for him.
Believe me.
He didn't do anything wrong.
Pardon me.
Yeah. I can do this. I can fulfill the life he wasn't able to live. You know what's gonna happen in chapter 2. I'm glad she lives. I'm glad it wasn't her.
Like a chameleon, I will adapt.
What a powerful scene. I hate Winona so much. Look at her face.
I'll follow in Wolfgang's footsteps and continue what he wasn't able to accomplish.
Thank you for the voice acting.
I'll become something new.
What are you gonna cut your hair? Don't cut your hair, please. Tears are running down Diana's face, but her expression, somehow she looked determined. I couldn't understand it. Despite everything she's been through, she was making some silly vow. It's not silly, bro. Acting like she's the hero from a storybook. Has this girl lost her damn mind? I like Damien. He's really real. He's really real about it.
Hold on.
Wolfgang and Ava. Neither of them deserve this. Facts. Maybe. I don't know about Wolf, though. I won't let it happen to them again or anyone else.
Won't back down.
Oh, you're in for a treat. We got 4 more chapters of this. For both their sakes. I'll save everyone.
You've got to be kidding me.
Take this seriously, will you?
What?
Can this get any worse?
Seems your peers aren't much in the mood for heroic monologues. You know what? I like you. That's what counts.
Moving on.
Anyway, it's been a long day. It has. The crime scene has already been cleaned up, unless you have any further questions. We're all free to return.
Mm-hmm.
So, any further questions?
Get lost.
He said it.
Ingrates.
Oh. Now, where have I heard that one before? No seriousness, I'll take that as a no.
Good evening.
Until next time, ta-ta.
Isn't this lovely?
By the way, you're safe to ride the elevator back up. We've set it back to its default mode. It has a punishment mode. Hey guys, should we just go back to our rooms? It's about time we draw this day to a close. Veronica, I like you. That's what matters. You're gonna get my free times. In chapter 2, I'm gonna try to get with her. Not that way, but like a front way, you know? People silently made their ways back to the elevator. It was clear today's events would not easily be forgotten. And then there was me. I feel bad for Damon. He was crying there too. He was just like, bro, like what the that was his girl. Kind of. Wolfgang's murder. The trial. Ava dying right in front of me, swallowed by a pit of fire. That's a way to say it. It had all retreated to the corners of my mind. The only thing I focus on were those 5 words. I'll follow in Wolfgang's footsteps. Hearing those words come from Diane, after everything that's happened, seeing her raise her chin, act so tall and proud, just like Wolfgang once did, it pissed me off. Interesting ending. Damien is him, beneath the veil of hypocrisy. Down. No. I like it in, like, what was it? The second game. It's the ending, right? Where in the second game it would go like down. They would turn purple. Danganronpa. To be continued. Not even Danganronpa. Project Eden's got God, and you know. I hit that. What are your thoughts on the chapter and the trial, Embers? 10 out of 10. I don't really give those out a lot too. I don't even think I need to say anything really about what I liked. What didn't I like really? Except the stupid jokes every now and then. Nothing really. People, first time in like ever, weren't wrong. This game has like potential, guys. Like the best way I can end off by saying, how much did you enjoy it? Danganronpa, the game it's based off, could never do this level of effort, because it took them years to do what a single trial. But I gotta go. I've been recording for like 4 or 5 hours, bro. I don't know. My voice is gone, even though I wasn't doing any talking. 10 out of 10. I don't think any explanation is needed as of why. If you watched it, if you played it, you know why. I'm sad Ava died though. But they took out 2 amazing characters immediately, like that Wolfgang and Ava. There's so many unanswered questions too, but still. 10 out of 10. But I will end the video now. Finally! If you enjoyed, thank you for joining me. I will be playing the second when it comes out. Hopefully it doesn't take, a couple years. It probably will, unfortunately. But we can't rush perfection. But I will see you in the next video, next year, or whenever the chapter 2 comes out. And that, ta-ta.